joining us on our beautiful Ascension show. The weather has been feeling a little bit fall-like, but I don't know if anybody can feel all these beautiful Ascension energies. I'm really, really excited. It's been like a really crazy ride of Ascension. Energies are like an absolute roller coaster, so really excited about that. We're going to talk about some next level integration. Going to go way out there, so going to bend the mind a little bit, which is what we want. We want ourselves to kind of keep pressing ourselves into higher levels of aptitude and capacity. So let's begin. Just taking a deep breath. We have all of our teams and all of our angels that are with us right now. The angelics, our celestials, our aliens, all that we are on all aspects of all earths that we're exploring, all creation that we're exploring. So just know that every time you come onto our live videos, we always call in the angels for the highest level of protection, now and future now moments of any time and all times that you listen to this, for the highest levels of intention, for growth and abundance and healing, for who we are becoming as our higher selves. And so know that the space is always protected in the highest intention that you have for yourself, to always be in that divine alignment. And the divine alignment is your connection, your relationship with your higher self, with all that is your sacred trinity, the heavens and all that you belong with the heavens, your Gaia, your collective, and then your Gaia collective. And so that is the sacred trinity, that with divine feminine and divine masculine energy, you're constantly in that harmonization. And that should be part of your daily ascension work and your breath work, in that harmonization and integration of all of your soul fragments. And every day you're moving through new energies. Every day you're moving through new experiences. Every day you're moving through a new minutia of energy. And so in that experience of all that is transitioning and all that is changing, we're going to see a lot more correlations of how we are becoming and how we've always lived within multidimensionality. We've just been kind of turned off to it because we haven't been entrained to see ourselves as multidimensional, or the reality we live in as multidimensional. And then to also direct, intend, and guide, which is how we create reality, in those co-creations, to live in a higher vibrational level of entrainment, because everything on our 3D experiences have been so negative, and it's been so lower vibrational just because of the systems and the dogmatic experiences we've always been kind of brought up into. And so this is where, as I said in my last couple of videos, it's going to be really exciting, because we're moving ourselves in a great momentum of higher vibrational light. That higher vibrational light is going to ask us and call us from that higher self perspective to create new systems, and everybody is going to be needed. Shifting your vocational alignments, shifting your vocational practices, as from a 3D job to a 5D job, 3D job to a 5D vocation, is directly in alignment with your soul's creative passion. And so that is why most people that have gone the self-actualization path, they have always, and they will always come forward with following your joy, because your joy is your highest level of vibration, that you can just keep getting a vibrational experience to continue the vibration of expansion, continuing the vibration of integration, integrating all that you are as a soul, releasing what's no longer required, and doing that daily alchemy. Doing that daily alchemy doing the daily alchemy is a part of what we've called your daily ascension pathwork. So your pathwork is meant to be a part of your work with spirit in that sacred trinity. And so if you're not doing that daily pathwork, it's going to become more and more evident that how you're moving about in a higher vibrational experience of energy of the omnipresence in the collective is going to be a little bit more and more challenging, because we are, as we've said before, ascension will continue. The vibrational light within the collective, every time a being on the planet rises and raises its vibration, it becomes more integrated as itself. As you carry on more of your higher self soul fragments, every time you're doing a soul fragment integration, that higher self comes down and meets you to balance off the density and the light that you're constantly in alchemy with, because it is releasing, integrating the darker soul fragments, in that the equal light is given. So there is a constant alchemy. When we say daily pathwork, that is your understanding of that there is always going to be infinite soul fragments for you to integrate, because that is who we are as Ascension. Infinite soul fragments for you to integrate on any dimension, any timeline, any realm, from 3 to 5D. When you get to 5D, it's going to be a lot more, you'll have kind of mastered the ascension, if you will, pathwork from the very dense experiences of your soul fragments because you're going to understand your psyche wounds. You're going to understand the themes you've come to work with, and those themes you've come to work with will go back to, again, offering yourself a new 5D vocation. Because it's always in alignment. God knows what God's doing. You came here with a specific soul blueprint. You came here with specific soul themes to transcend and transform, whether it was gender, whether it was about your creativity, whether it was about your voice, whatever it was in those themes of your life's blueprint, you're going to be harmonizing that into eventuate a creative vocational alignment offering for the entire collective, because you have those soul themes, you have those themes of the multiverse within you, within your family, your social, your lineage, your dogmatic, your education. All of those are encompassing of and will equal to a new vocational 5D, because you wouldn't be going through all that you go through, and you wouldn't have gone through all that you go through, be it the family you belong with, the city you're born in, and all of those things that make up the minutia of who you are. You transcending and being okay in the minutia of who you are and doing that daily path work, you get to be a master at your own psyche experiences. You get to understand the psyche, you get to understand your synchronicities, you get to understand the vibration that you pulse out to the universe. You are responsible for your vibration. So if you're not working on your vibration, you don't care to work on your vibrations, you're not consciously intentional, living in that consciously awake state of being heart-centered and heart space, if you will, then that reality is just going to bring back whatever is that wishy-washy energy, because you're not being in commandmentship of you as the multidimensional being as you. Once you start to understand and do your daily path work, then you become a more refined being of who you are, what you exist with, what's going on within you. And then you can allow those soul fragments or whatever those triggers are, whatever's going on in your multidimensional fields, to be a grander part of your daily awakening, your daily experience. Lots of different aspects of your multidimensional fields you're going to be kind of in connection with. What we're going to talk about today is a complex topic, if you will, but it's absolutely needed and necessary for the higher self connection. And that higher self connection is that bridge, if you will, just as your body is the bridge to the higher realms as the earth physical realm. And that a connection with the higher self is absolutely necessary for everything from here on out. Because we are coming into every day higher and higher omnipresent vibrations. The substrates are becoming greater light. That is why we'll also see, again, there's always the infinity, right? There is always that minutia of positive, neutral, and negative. As we're moving into higher light, there will always be those that have not done their path work, that have not done their soul fragment healing, that again work within the dark occult practices or live in a very dark negative experience, and they've chosen to. And they choose not to work on their own healing. They choose not to do, the awakening process. It will be obvious and evident as to how their reality is manifesting for them through them. And we get to see that as a mirrored lesson and reflection as well, and accept that in as part of our own collective oneness. There will be those that will be thrown around, if you will, because the light that will be offered in the omnipresent, this is why we always say, understand who you are, what you exist, what's going on within you. Because your fields of light, whether people believe it or not, you have multidimensional fields that you're constantly operating in and around and of. So if you're not working on the clearing and the healing and the embracing and the expansion of all that you are as a multidimensional being, anything that's in the substrates, anything that's in the omnipresent, as that vibration keeps rising higher and higher, there's only so much that the matter body can do to integrate that light if you're not being a commandmentship of it. If you don't have that higher self connection, that light is not going to do and move as it wishes. So you're the one that has to bring that that commandmentship to bring higher order, to bring higher alignment to how that light is manifesting. As we've talked about in our videos for the last 2 years, the councils and the galactic federations have been kind of warning us and keeping us on our toes. It will be very important over the next couple of years to make sure that we're being that loving commandmentship of allowing all that is light to come more deeply into all that we are within ourselves, within our blood, and all that we are as a physical matter being. And so we are the commandmentship of that. And so working with light and through the higher self is going to be a must. They said to me, there's from here on out, it's the higher self alignment. That higher self is the only mechanism that moves you into greater and greater harmonization of whatever is from the heavens, from Gaia, and that is that sacred Trinity minutia that you're moving within. And then you get to offer whatever is in the collective as your sacred offering in your vocation. It's my passion to teach. It's my passion to come forward in every lifetime to be my highest and my best. So that is my vocational alignment. I'm constantly working within my sacred Trinity energy to bring a higher and higher vibration. And so that's why, again, whatever you've been through in your 3D experiences, use that as part of your gift in the story so that you can step outside of whatever has been and bring yourself to a higher vibrational alignment of where, and awareness of where your higher self is guiding you, because your higher self is always guiding you to what you're here to activate, what you're here to assist with, what you're here to anchor and take part in and have fun in and be of the 3 E's, your exploration, your expression, your experience. And as you're allowing all of those soul fulfillment experiences, which is all that really matters, are the 3 E's, that is part of why your soul is here, is to allow yourself to ascend into the higher version of your higher light body. The higher light body is brought down within the alignment that you have with your higher self. Your light body just doesn't do what willy-nilly whatever it wants. It is the ascension process is a very divine, very intricate, very precise, very profound, multi-dimensional harmonization of the higher light bodies coming to meet the matter bodies. And in the matter, even in the matter, there is still light everywhere, but at a very dense frequency. If you have a person that has only worked in dark occults, has been in a very negative environments from day one, has had a lot of negativity to work through, very staunch dogmatic experiences, their body has not had a lot of practice at integrating and becoming of greater capacity of a light in their body, because all they've existed within is dark. Again, as we gave that little analogy about the dog that's always been chained up to a post, and then when that chain gets taken off, the dog will sit there because it hasn't been entrained for its body, for its understanding of who it is, what it exists within. All of those 3 questions, which is the self-actualization process. Are you integrating greater light? Are you breaking free of the boundaries and the constructs? Are you breaking free of whatever has been in all of your social reality, be it your familial, your lineage, your dogmatic, your education, whatever those constructs are, because there's constructs in everything. Every one of those constructs are low vibrational 3D. So it's up to the being that you are as multidimensional and, multi-vibrational, because you are multi-vibrational. Those of us that are practiced at sensing what's going on in the fields, we can sense vibrations in our fields and vibrations in those that are before us, because that's one of our gifts that we're here to kind of move into and assist others in realizing for themselves. And so as we do it, we allow that sensing of energy to be a part of a higher refinement. And that's why working with certain beings will be a part of your working with certain beings that is a part of them assisting you in becoming higher vibrational, because they're going to show you the ropes, if you will, on how to sense various energies. You will have had other lifetimes, because it's just a natural thing, a natural order of progression. You will have had other lifetimes where you've been an energy experiencer. And as, again, you're transmuting and integrating the lower soul fragments, you're going to be transmuting and offering in the higher soul fragments, because it is all equal, it's all one. As you integrate a lower vibrational perspective, you're also going to be gaining that higher perspective window. So you get access to those higher vibrational aspects of you. And so when you do align with those higher vibrational aspects, it might be a 7th dimensional Syrian aspect of you that has, a lot of vibrational experience and knowledge in water, understanding water at its most 7th dimensional perspective, which is far beyond what we know on our planet, and how water is so integral to the manifestation process, healing process, expansion of matter process, and all of that is the benevolence and the abundance and the blessing of water. And so again, on every planet though, because again, every planet has a different level of collective consciousness, every planet has a different level of its own Gaia blueprint, because every planet has its own soul blueprint, just as we do. So every planet will have its different state of consciousness and awareness that its water holds for that planet. Because again, Gaia will offer, and that planet Sirius offers whatever it needs to for the beings within that planet to offer its highest level of consciousness. Everything in creation, your soul blueprint, where you're born, and all that you're meant to be as a higher vibrational being of you, the alignment of the highest version of you, everything is in symbiosis and alignment with the highest potentials of who you are and who you can be, what you exist with, and what's going on within you. And that's why the planet is always offering us the energies, the wisdoms, the omnipresent, the biosphere has infinite wisdoms and information that those of us that can read the energies of physical bodies, we can read those energies of physical bodies, and we can tap into the energy of whatever's offered in that minute because we are aligned with the higher self. And those energies of whatever we're reading physically, it could be a sacred rock, it could be a forest, whatever it is that we're reading, whatever it is we're assisting in that healing process, we can read the energies that are in that field of energy. And therefore it becomes an open synergistic storybook, if you will, a song. But it's up to that person that is in alignment to just open and it's like a phone that's ringing. The energy is always there telling a story, but you're not picking up the phone because you haven't been aligned, you haven't been entrained. Just as the dog has to be entrained to say, well, you can run around the yard now. And then you have to show the dog how to run around the yard because it's never been off the chain. So all of those aspects are you shifting from a very low vibrational 3D experience where there was a whole bunch of constructs that you weren't necessarily as a higher vibrational 5D being. None of this constructs and none of the systems work. The pillars are breaking, the constructs are breaking, it has to, because it won't fit within the higher light. The higher light is very liberating. The higher light will shift and move energies of density on its own. So therefore, then the systems will be a new minutia with it. The systems of intelligence will be a new minutia within it. It has to be. Because it's just the natural progress of evolution. And again, as we said earlier, those that are not doing their daily path work, those that are not spiritually aligned, those that have not done the spiritual understanding, the spiritual actualization process, not doing the daily ascension work, it will be seen in how they're bouncing around their day. Because their bodies are still holding density. They're not working in the healing of what's going on within them. They're not understanding what's going on within them and how it's operating in the energies around them. Again, who are you, what exists, and what's going on within you? If any of those three questions are not being connected with on a daily basis and being transmuted and integrated at that higher light version, then that body will be very imbalanced. And so what we wanted to bring forward today is just a higher understanding of everything from here on out is the higher self harmonization in more and more intricacy, in more and more higher light quotient. The cells are operating at a higher light quotient based on exactly equal to your equal measure. So if you are being in loving commandmentship of who you are, what's going on within you, and you're doing that daily integration, you're doing your daily pathwork, if you want a session with me on how specifically your daily pathwork can look and can work for your own healing, for your own advancement, for your own evolution, then just book a session with me. If you've been doing your pathwork for a while and you're looking to do a 3D job to a 5D vocation and start aligning your spiritual passions, your spiritual intentions and excitements to a 5D vocational offering so that you can be paid and subsidized for your gifts and your talents and your skills, then those are 4 for $45 because there's homework involved and we approach each one of the multidimensional bodies and then we align it with the higher self and the teams and the skills and of course the galaxies you're working with that you're here to anchor that hybrid energy and information. I'm drinking a really beautiful botanical, a lion's made. I just love tonics, herbal tonics, botanical tonics. They're very lovely. And there's so many of them being made right now. So those of you, if you've had trouble kicking the booze habit, if you will, try a lot of the botanicals that are out there right now. They have some of them are very highly carbonated and they do have a beautiful little taste to them. Some of them are a bit sweeter. This one is not very sweet at all. And they do also have a lot of beautiful herbs that assist the body in rebalancing. So you can always look online and take a healing session. It's usually when I give healing sessions and I do give appointments, your teams and your guides are always going to be bringing up information about herbs, any tonics or oils that you've worked with in other timelines or that you've had access to in other timelines, you've had experiences and expertise in other timelines, and they usually do bring those informations forward. And that'll just assist you in aligning your highest vibrational spiritual alignment to, again, a 5D offering. And it also assists you in going to other things as opposed to going to the drugstore and picking up drugs, because your body doesn't need it. Your body can be fully healed from whatever Gaia offers. In most cases than not, until our bodies get fully integrated with our light body. Once the body is fully integrated with our light body, there will be no disease. But there are those people in a low vibrational 3D experience with low vibrational beliefs, and their light body is just becoming activated, and there is still a lot of density and disease in their body. So there's going to have to be that time lag, if you will, where there might have to be Western modalities of healing with the light modalities, multidimensional healing that will be integrated in, say, resolving a disease like cancer, whatever it might be. I'm just giving that as an example. That's wonderful. And there's lots of really great vitamins in this one. It's not as sweet and tasty as the other one, but this one you can tell has lion's mane. Lion's mane is a very beneficial herb. It's got wonderful, I've never tasted this before, so this one's really good. There are other ones that I taste. Back in my younger days, I had some very exciting explorations with alcohol. And so instead of going for a drink, you just get a tonic, get an herbal tonic. Some of the restaurants now, they do actually serve, there's not very many that they serve, but they do serve tonics. There's usually 1 or 2 tonics on the beverage list at better, higher end restaurants. So always ask for a tonic instead of getting a drink. Just that you have better commandment-ship over your body. Hello, beautiful everybody. So today we're going to go out there. We're going to go far and wide. So to accept the codes, because we're still in full moon energy, there's a ton of codes going on. My crown chakra is being activated, going through a million shifts right now with so many 5D energies. And I'm so excited. I'm really getting excited. I'm just so many downloads and so much information. I might be putting out more videos a week just because there's so much information. Just releasing some energies from those tonics, just clearing away the energy. So take a full body breath. And just release. Had a beautiful healing session with a new client yesterday. So there was lots of information that came out with that. I was so happy to help her align with her higher self, and she's awakening within her family. So that was very beautiful. I love having sessions like that where an entire family gets a whole new activation, a whole new energy. And so today we're going to go far and wide. So just allow the codes to sit. So just offer yourself in the full body breath. Visualize yourself in this full body breath. I'll see if I can pull this out. This is such a big one. I had this for one of my webinars when I went to Japan. So that's why it's really big. So the pillar of light that is absolutely running along your spine and all of the different bodies, the multidimensional bodies that you exist within. And how we read energies as an energy healer, how I read energies and how I tap into energies in the field. That's just how I have my interfacing with Spirit, Source, Creator. And as I said last time, my interfacing with my higher self is more practiced and untrained just because I've harmonized more timelines. I've come here with that higher consciousness because I had more timelines harmonized in my last lifetime. So again, every timeline and every lifetime that you do as much integration as possible and you liberate yourself into light, because why we're here and the whole process of ascension is understanding that our eternal life experience to operate as eternal beings of life, light with Source Creator, is to harmonize with our light body. As I said earlier, the more light harmonization that you do with your light body, which means that the integration of those negative soul aspects, those darker soul aspects from 3 to 5D, as you're doing the harmonization in your daily ascension pathwork, it's going to be so crucial from here on out. And we don't take it lightly, if we will, because it is the becoming of light. And so there is a process, as I said earlier. The ascension process is a very specific process of understanding how you navigate through integrating greater light quotient in the outer reality to becoming inner and as above and so below. And that is the self-actualization process of becoming greater light, of becoming your higher self. And so it is a process. It's very precise. It's tempered and paced at every person's individual unique experience because they have different aspects of wounding within their soul based on what they did in other timelines, because everything is right now. All timelines are running now. If they have a lot of darkness and density in other timelines that they're not integrating, their body cannot integrate and operate fully. It's just like eating 10 turkeys. That body cannot digest 10 turkeys. So There's density. There's density it has to work through. It has to digest that density. It has to transmute it. And so that is an understanding of how matter and how the physical body has to still, which we've been talking about for 2 years, preparing ourselves to carry greater capacity and aptitude. Light is higher capacity and aptitude. Understanding your chakras at a higher capacity and aptitude every day. That's your ascension pathwork. Understanding how you are offering in light into your cells and feeling when your body is oscillating faster. I'll give you an example. When I do a private session, when people are sitting before me and I prepare the space, they immediately feel the shift and the changes in their biophysical body. They start to shake, they start to get tired, or they start yawning. Sometimes they start quickening their breath, so they have to do a lot of grounding work. So I prepare them for that because I'm carrying greater light in my field. My body and my cells are oscillating faster. Plus, I'm coming with more angelics with me. And so when I sit in front of people and when I'm having those one-on-one sessions, they immediately, their biophysical and what's going on in their fields are immediately feeling the light from my fields touching their light in their fields. It is a much stronger experience in person to have a healing. Just because our fields are connecting and there's a bit more profundity. And so, but people feel immediately within minutes the biophysical experience is because their body is trying to match and harmonize. That's just naturally what we do as energetic, physical beings, if you will. If you placed a fish that has been in its own fish tank, and then it goes into a fish tank of another fish tank, and there's other fish in that fish tank, those fish are working together to harmonize its new environment to each other and together, because those fish have a vibration of communication. They have a vibration they've set for their environment. It's no different when you have a higher vibrational person going into what we've called pods of lower vibration. That lower vibration will be immediately impacted by that one higher vibrational experience. That higher vibrational experience, which is what I've been trained at, it's not been easy, and it's not, I wouldn't go back and do it again, to have the higher vibrational being stand in its own unique sense of self and that own unique sense of power. Who are you? What exists and what's going to do? It takes a lot of entrainment so that when you do go down to lower operating pods, you're not thrown off and detrimented to your cells and to the multidimensional bodies as much as you would remaining there and staying there and never moving away to get your higher oscillating light, to get what your body needs to be nourished, to get what your mind needs to be nourished, to get what your spirit needs to be nourished. Because as we said last time, everybody's heart, mind, body, and soul requires different nourishment. And so in the getting to know of yourself, who are you, what exists and exists within you, it's very important that you understand with your higher self and your team alignment, what do you need to exist in a healthy environment? What do you need as that vibrational nourishment? Your vibrational fields like mine, when I'm going for walks and I'm talking with my teams, I know that my fields and my bodies and my DNA and my alignments need something unique and different for me to be fully healed in a certain arena, or if I feel like experiencing or exploring something different, because the 3 E's are all that matter in your soul's evolution from here on out. And so why, again, it's so important, we're going to talk about today, is the importance of the Ascension Pathwork. That's the title for today's offering, is the importance and profundity of Ascension Pathwork. We will see the correlation with those not doing Ascension Pathwork, because that's their soul's journey, that's their soul's choice, and just respect it and honor it either way. And for the leaders and community leaders to be very aware of, and those that are in the community as teachers, healers, and leaders to be very aware of how we need to infuse as soon as possible higher vibrational light teachings and light understandings. Because from here on out, as they're showing me, and they've been giving us heatings for the past 2 years, it will be ever more important for the alignment of the higher self to continue its manifestation through the higher light vibrations that are going to continually being bathed in higher light frequencies and solar flares. It's all a part of the evolutionary process, because there is shifting outs. Again, there's no possible way for them to transmute the minutiae. And it's only between that soul and God to sort out its exit experience. Because that soul in and of itself, its higher self and all the timelines that it belongs with, and only God will determine how much of its density is able to be transmuted before that next planetary evolutionary shift. It's very important. We're getting very, very technical from here on out. So that's why we've been saying for the last 2 years in the galactic federations and the systems of light, because many of us are operating in our higher consciousness systems of light academia, our systems of light knowings and of who we are as hybrids, of knowings of who we are as celestials and aliens. And then it's the alignment of us being just in a humanoid body and presenting our diverse, omnipresent experience, our diverse, omnipresent DNA, our diverse, omnipresent wisdoms, so that we can help advance humanity. Because again, if there is no connection with that higher self, it will be a very bumpy ride for people living in a very dense experience that are very low vibrational in their mindset, they're low vibrational in their emotional set, they're low vibrational in their physical set, and they're in still low vibrational systems in which there is little movement at all in the level of consciousness, understanding, and what they exist within. So again, the light is going to keep bathing, but if the systems that we exist within are not keeping up with all that that light is offering, we're here to evolve with the light. We're here to evolve with as within, so without, as above, so below. So we're here to keep up that minutia of new systems, new systems, new systems. We cannot stay lower systems in a higher vibrational body. It's not working anymore. So those that, like us, we've taken ourselves out of the matrix, if you will, and we're now creating new systems because our bodies will not survive in those lower vibrational systems. It doesn't work. There's a mismatch of energy. That's why, again, you'll see those that are not doing the pathwork, or not doing the healing, or not doing the integrating, because there is a mismatch. The energies of the omnipresent, the energies that are being offered from Gaia, from the heavens, as above, so below, as within and so without. If there's no within connection and there's no above connection, those that choose to detach themselves from source, those that choose, which you can't, it's impossible, it's just how they're choosing in their belief systems. Those that choose to say there is no God or there is nothing higher, and they're choosing to have no connection with their higher self, it will be a very bumpy ride, and they'll be shifted to whatever consciousness earth, and you just won't have consciousness connection with them. Because from here on out, it's going to be quicker and quicker of the alignment of their core vibration. Right? So if there are those in the collective that have absolutely no interconnection, they don't know their chakra systems, they don't want to know about their chakra systems, they choose not to be connected with their higher self, they will be shifted to an earth consciousness where those equal energies will play out together. Because there's infinite number of earths that we all exist with on. You're going to be vibrationally aligned, and why we've said for so many years now, know thyself. Because you want to be directing, intending, and focusing your energy on the alignment of that new earth and that new experience, that highest creative timeline, where all of your vibrational multidimensionality is going to be aligned with it, because you are the commandmentship of it. Everything from here on out is energy. Everything from here on out is who are you, what do you exist within, what's going on within you, and can you align to a higher vibrational entrainment? And why the higher self is so key. You cannot ascend without the higher self being involved in everything that you are and do. You can, and as I said, there's going to be the understanding and discernment of lower, middle, and upper. The upper are the fully integrated, not so because we're not in our full light bodies yet, but as the higher self gets fully integrated in the matter body, then it becomes higher of its higher self. It understands higher vibrational intelligence. It understands higher vibrational healing. It understands whatever it needs to understand at that level. Consciousness is everything on all of those levels. It's a very low consciousness here because they've chosen that route. But it's for all of us to also learn and understand and help pull them up. Just through our vibration of offering our unique, genuine authenticity of diversity. Our vibrational diversity is what we need to be nourished, to be fed, to be honored in our unique oscillation of who we are as beings of multidimensionality. And it's up to each person to go within and start working with their team, start working with their ascension pathwork, because so they're showing me, and why we've talked about before is the DNA allocation, because as you awaken certain aspects of your diverse hybrid DNA, you're going to need something different, as I said earlier, in my bodies and fields, because I have a huge diverse systems of light DNA, I need a lot of insectoid integration and activations. Some others may have a lot of amphibious or reptilian because that's what the ascension cycle they're working with at that time. But the longer that you're on this ascension pathwork and you are doing your daily ascension pathwork, you're going to be moving through various aspects of exploration of your DNA and what it requires to be nourished. Your DNA is like that inner engine, if you will, that helps move your multidimensional bodies into higher and higher systems of light. Your DNA and your higher self in that union, if you're not having any union with your higher self to your body, if you're not having a union with your higher self to your DNA, if you're not having a higher self with your physical, anything that you are multidimensionally, then again, it's going to be a bumpy ride, because there's no balancing mechanism. There's no driving mechanism. There's no on the same page mechanism. There's just a lot of imbalance and nobody knows what's going on, because again, our 3D reality has never taught us what I'm teaching you. And again, so share our channel. Our videos are very important to get to understand who you are, what you exist, what's going on within you. And every new ascension cycle, as we're entering into new gates of 5D energy, which is what they're showing me and why we're talking about what we're talking about today, is we're going into a new substrate. And these substrates are going to get more and more purely refined in higher vibrational light. That higher vibrational light will require that you understand the multidimensional systems and how moving and navigating and integrating the higher vibrational capacity and aptitude of who you are as a being in human form, but you are actually becoming more and more light. And it's up to you to command that vessel experience through higher and higher vibrational light. And again, it's changing everything in the physical. Why I said in my last video, we're going to create new systems, because those of us that have been doing the work and we are living greatly in light, and we can see light, we can interface with light, we have ideas with light, we're navigating with light, we're healing with light, we're manifesting with light, all that is light becoming light. We're not on an operating, manifesting from patterns. We're not manifesting from bandwagon. We're not manifesting from what everybody else is doing. We're not manifesting from seeing what's going on in the collective or looking at those that predict future experiences, and then we're manifesting off people's predictions. That's low vibrational living. There's no connection with the higher self, and what the higher self might want you to do is maybe start, making new herbal botanicals. That might not be your soul's purpose, and that's how you know people are not aligned with their higher self. It's not a spiritual journey for them. They're simply manifesting in 3D. So again, discern what is spiritually aligned. Spiritually aligned from here on out is understanding your multidimensionality, your alignment as the Metatronic light body, and infusing it, working with it, integrating it, and having the higher capacity that you are, a higher vibrational being, moving in higher vibrational realms of light. And it is, again, all free will. It's up to each person to discern and decide their level of relationship and communication and connection and communion with Spirit, Source, Mother, Father, God. People can choose not to. Just as you see on the line, when there are comments, there are people that choose to think that everything that I say is crap. But if they go and do their own research and start understanding quantum energy, and they do some research on light body integration, or if they do some research on self-actualization, if they do listen to any of the other channelers that have somewhat touched on what I touch on, it's all basically the similar information about we are becoming greater light. As within, so without, and as above, so below. That light does absolutely change all that is matter. And we can manifest it not from a scary, balanced, imbalanced, chaotic experience. No, being heart-centered and heart-focused is we're balancing all that we are as divine feminine, divine masculine, and we're manifesting a reality that is purely in alignment of our highest and our greatest good. To keep exploring Source Creator, to keep experiencing Source Creator, to keep expressing ourselves as Source Creator, that is becoming one within our full light body. It is a very precise, dynamic, rich, profound ascension process. And it's one I've been teaching for 17 years, and then I teach on other planets to the children. I teach the Pleiadian children at a very early age how to operate and understand and learn about their multidimensional bodies and their chakras. We don't teach our children this, and we should. We should be teaching our children as soon as they're born. The first things they learn before an alphabet is who they are with their multidimensional bodies and light. So that they're not feeling thrown around and they don't fit, and they're what's going on within them is so different than what they see in the physical reality, because it's still lower vibrational 3D constructs. And it's up to each person to say, no, that construct has to change. It's been a theme of yours throughout your entire life here, so it's up to you to be a part of that change. That's why you have those constant, those constant triggers, or those constant banging your head against the wall for certain things in your life experiential story. Yeah. And again, so you're seeing a discernment of your reality, because what's going on within you, Fatima, what's going on within you is your spiritual alignment, is you're showing that there's a variance there. There's a variance in consciousness. And that's what we're going to see. So just celebrate yourself for that awakening. You're seeing that your level of consciousness within what you're experiencing is your perspective. Remember, we said last time in our video, and if you want to write this on a piece of paper, the higher self and your perspective, your higher self and your perspective, the more in alignment you are with your higher self, you're going to have higher perspectives, because higher perspective is one in one with your higher consciousness. It's all about your perspective. A low perspective says nothing can change, you can't heal yourself. Those are low vibrational perspectives because they're low vibrational consciousness. So your higher vibrational perspective is saying, yeah, you can see the variances in consciousness in your creative collective. That is also a sign for you to go out there and be your highest and your best so that you can do your work with who you are. It doesn't matter anybody else around you, as hard as it is, especially with different cultures and different religions where they've been taught, told, and shown that they must bow to the divine masculine as if they are a master of all life, and they're just not. A lot of the old dogmatic experiences are very staunch in imbalanced misogynistic beliefs. And again, we're meant to, like the department store, or the mall. That's just one store you go into, but that's not all that is, and that's not what you're meant to remain in. You're a multi-vibrational being of divine, higher capacity light, and you're meant to break on all social constructs. And that's why doing your ascension pathwork is so vital. Do the daily ascension pathwork. Do your healing wheel and mark down physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and then sexual. And then in your healing wheel, as you're marking all of that, what is it that you can overcome? What is it that you can transcend that's within your control? Because you can't control other people. Other people will be who they will be. They have their own pacing and they have their own temperament. But it's not for you to change them. You're meant to be that higher version of light for you. And if that means you moving out of a toxic, abusive experience or environment or work environment or friendship circle, then that is God's equal measure to you to make sure that you'll find that safe place to be so that you can express who you are fully and completely without any safety issues or any hindrance or any bullying or any suffocation to your finances because you're saying that this isn't healthy for me, this is not working for me, it's not nourishing me in a physical, mental, or emotional way. And many of my older videos about 1.5 years ago, I talked a lot about divine feminine standing up for and speaking on behalf of her throat chakra and her spirit, because that's how you heal your throat chakra, that's how you heal your spirit for all divine feminine. And your children will take that suit on, as I'm saying all my client sessions, is that your children, when they see you going through an activation of higher service of your integration of your spiritual body, your soul body, your omnipresent of who you are, you're integrating those lower soul fragments by not being okay with confined and conformed abuse, confined and conformed religious perspectives. You're allowing yourself to step outside and say, no, that's not me. You're stepping outside of that one construct matrix. And that's how the matrix is all built up. The matrix is all built up of a web. It's just like a spider's web of a lot of mess of 3D constructs. And if you choose to stay there, you're going to stay stuck in that web. And it's going to be very sticky for you to get out. That's why when spiders spin their web, they only spin it in a certain direction, because if they go back, it's very sticky on the places where they've just laid that web. So what your role is to, again, is keep creating those systems of your direction, intention, and focus of who you are as a spirit, and then carry forward what you want to keep with you as far as your relationship and your communion with Source Creator, your higher self. That's why we're going to be finding, as we're advancing and as we're integrating our higher light body, all that was religious dogma, all that was religious constructs, and all that was social constructs is just going to be washed away. Because these systems of these new systems and these new systems embodiments and these new momentums that we're building with just living in light and being nourished as light, it's just so much, it has a higher vibration that all the other lower stuff doesn't even exist. So it just falls off naturally. There will be some of those points that you're here to face and to be a part of great change, because you might want to write stories about it. You might want to write books about it. You might want to help children heal when they're in homes of such spiritual abuse. So though there's always reasons why you're being sent back to certain experiences, because you will have a part of healing it for the collective. So pay attention to that. And I do go over those experiences of how to discern and notice that, and how to create something very special with that in the vocational alignment sessions, which is for 45 minutes, and I think 5:33. And so all of those energies that you're moving through is, again, your capacity to see and celebrate. Yes, I'm awakening. My consciousness is awakening. I'm seeing things in my reality, which we said in our videos about 6 to 8 months ago, that there's going to be higher vibrational correlation. You're going to be seeing who you are becoming as light, how your higher self is guiding you to higher perspectives, how your higher self is guiding you to better food, how your higher self is guiding you to better videos, how your higher self is guiding you to better practices in your home. You want to set a higher higher vibrational home. You want to set a higher vibrational intention. You want to set higher vibrational food. You want to set higher vibrational engagement. All of those are helping you become a higher vibrational multidimensional being. But remember too, right use of free will and non-interference. You're not here to change anybody. You're not here to make anybody go along your ride with you. You're meant to do what's right for you. You're meant to detach and let go, and to, again, never cling to anybody outside of you. Never cling to any system outside of you. Don't cling to any church outside of you. Don't cling to anything outside of you, because those pillars are breaking. The matrix is breaking. So you can go for the ride if you want. It's still a very valuable lesson, but you're going to find out anything you cling to and anything you call attachment to, you will have to let go of. And the longer and longer you wait and not being self-sovereign and say, no, I'm going to direct my path. I am self-sovereign. I know who I am. I know exists, and I know what's going on within me. I'm becoming more and more my higher self, and I can manifest whatever I want, however I want. I don't have to be stuck to any construct, which is what you want. You want to wake up every day and saying, I'm releasing old constructs. This is who I am now, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. That is doing the path work. You're doing the path work mentally. You're doing the path work spiritually. And that spiritual connection is what everybody miss out. Because when they think spiritual, they automatically start reducing themselves back to lower vibrational, spiritual, old days, religious training. And that's not going to raise your vibration to a higher self-alignment. Because it's not. Spiritual practice is your practice with spirit, your communion with spirit through breathwork, intention, direction, and focus. That's alchemy. And you can't do it with a low vibrational 3D mind that is in those low vibrational 3D perspectives. That's, again, the higher you raise your consciousness, that higher mind connection is just there. It's so important. From here on out, it will accelerate. And without that higher mind connection that is lovingly navigating the multidimensional experience for you, you're doing your daily path work. You're just being guided and led where the highest and greatest force is. That force is love. That force is light. And you're just going to be moving along that river, if you will, which is what you're supposed to. You're supposed to. And so let's get on with our channel here, because it's gonna go far and wide. I just wanted to give a little bit of a preemptive. My hair is getting really long. So today's title is, and it's so exciting, so just open up your heart and just accept whatever codes. So there's some clearing going on. Just call in light. Hi, full body breath. Full body breath means the cavity of all that you are raises. Let the light shine in. Let the light shine in. Yeah. Call in light. Harmonize and commune with the higher self, the beings of light. Your spirit guides, all that you are is a divine being of light. Your sacred trinity, which is the heavens and all that encompasses the heavens, your celestial and alien friends, the angelics, Mother, Father, God, your guides. And your sacred Gaia teams, which is all that Gaia is, the fairies, the gnomes, the omnipresence of all the biosphere. Thank you, Holy Gaia. A deep breath, and then all that is within the collective is the collective heart, the one heart of the collective heart. And you're harmonizing with your collective. That's how we get inspired, is by who we are with our collective and how we're moving and navigating with our collective, because our light adds to them and the collective light adds to us. And so here's the channel today, and it's called Ascension Pathwork and the Higher Self-Entrainment. And this is, again, new systems, new systems, new systems. These are with the intention to inspire yourself to work more closely in communion with who you are, connection and relationship with your higher self, who you are as a multidimensional being, multivibrational being in a multivibrational experience, moving on an ascension experience. Ascension Pathwork is very vital from here on out. It helps you align, stay aligned, and stay in the very heart center of how you're manifesting new realities. You cannot manifest new realities from the low vibrational 3D ego. You're just going to keep manifesting karma, because that's what ego is. It is the karmic timelines. Once you surrender to the higher self, then it becomes a more spiritual timeline, and you're learning your lessons and you're heeding the higher self, because your higher self would not tell you and show you and guide you to do karmic things like spell work or taking from people or forcing people or all of those things that make you feel stuck. Right? And so just to go with your comments, Reach out to those. There's community support systems, and there are those that do live higher vibrational lives, and get those in connection, and have your higher self guide you to release yourself from isolated situations, because you don't have to choose isolation. So you can go through your 3As and do your healing and start healing those timelines where you were choosing to be isolated, and you were choosing to be under others' control and domination. So from here on out, everybody that wakes up every day has their own choice to live in liberation, letting go of those that dominate you, control you, however they choose to do it, whether it's with finances or any other way. They don't have a right. It is inhumane. It's abuse, spiritual, mental, and emotional abuse. So just know that. Anybody that keeps you housebound, anybody that keeps you compressed and compact by them controlling finances, those are all aspects of abuse, and they are laws that can assist you in navigating around that. So you can seek out a lawyer, seek out family that you can stay with, and start building your life again. Start getting, again, why I've been talking about the last couple of years is every divine feminine, never ever rely on a man to look after you and take care of you, and neither you should be not doing that with a man either. Everybody is self-reliant unto themselves, and their higher self will guide them to helping make a new life for themselves, helping them carve a new life for yourself. Even if you have to live in your car, at least you're independent and sovereign. And at least you're getting away from harmful negative energies that affect your multidimensional bodies. So that's why you're going to, in the path of ascension and in the path of self-actualization, when you're aligning with your higher self, you're going to be going through things that most people would think, well, why would you give up a house, and why would you give up money? Why would you give all those things? Well, because I'd rather be sovereign within myself as spirit, as opposed to being stuck and stagnant with low vibrational energies and somebody thinking that they have control over me and they don't. So all of those are ways that you advance and expand and break beyond all of the constructs multidimensionally, physically, mentally, emotionally, religiously, whatever constructs you're living within, because it's up to you to break it. So if you're coming and the comments are you're being very aware, you're understanding, and you're absolutely stating where your right now issues are, then those are your right now issues that you have every right and every capacity to change and heal. Because if you're aware of it, there is that equal opposite. That's just the balance of the universe. Number 2 law is equal balance. So you're the commandmentship of create a new reality for yourself. So start with that multidimensional healing and multidimensional creating. Start visualizing yourself in a liberated environment. Start liberating yourself through higher mental entrainment, affirmations, healing your body, heart, mind, body, and soul, healing those timelines where you were subjugated and held in captivity. All of those things are up to you to heal. And this is where my 17 years of pathwork is. So I have 700 videos on my channel. Do the pathwork, because it's your reality. And if you choose to ascend beyond captivity, beyond cults and controlled environments, there is a lot of human testing. I speak out every day on my blogs and my channel, so share my channel, share everything that we offer. Because we're meant to break at our own unique temperament and pacing, and your spiritual guides and your spiritual guidance, your higher self, will guide you to every step along the way. They will guide you to people that can help you, people that can help keep you safe while you're moving through a transition of, stepping outside of constructs that are negative and dark. And also have those conversations that are equally responsible with anybody else in the discussion. Tell them that these are your human rights, these are your spiritual rights, your universal rights, and nothing can trump on your universal rights. Your universal rights are to live sovereign and to live liberated in your own seeking of Mother, Father, God. Mother, Father, God will support you equally, but you have to stand in that. Anybody that says, no, you can't, and they start impaling you and they start targeting you, then that's your equal catalyst for you to become stronger, just as I did. 10 years and 50 years of people attacking me with curses and hexes and sabotaging techniques. You're just building yourself higher and higher and higher to move away and not have their spell work affect you. The only reason why the spell work doesn't affect me anymore is because I'm constantly working with my light body. I'm constantly in harmonization with my higher self. But you have to get yourself to that healthy level first. But as I said in my other videos, my teams had to bring me back 4 times from all of the negative spiritual abuse and the emotional abuse. It's not an easy path, but you can do it. I'm proof of that. But you do have to have that higher alliance with light. And this is where we say, as you align in higher intelligence of your light, you're going to see that all of the religious old beliefs about women being erased and how we were left for nothing and left for dead, if you will, and how there is no higher vibrational intelligent role model in our society right now. There is no divine feminine that speaks on the highest level of intelligence on our planet. The intelligence frequencies are just not out there. It's up to each person. It's up to each person to go within and do that work and be that energy. And so when you're doing that, then you're calling in those soul integrations and you're healing those soul integrations. It doesn't matter how many past lifetimes you have of whatever. It doesn't matter. There's always balance in the universe. Spirit would never, ever give you 800 timelines where you're all held in captivity. There is equal balance to your liberation. There's equal balance to the darkness. You're here to remember through the intention of who you are, direction, intention, and focus, so that you're manifesting those new realities. Everything is possible, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is the infinite possibilities and potentiality of the higher mind, and why doing your daily ascension pathwork is so vital, especially at this stage. From here on out, it is vital, vital, vital for you to do daily ascension pathwork. Because as I said in my very beginning of this call, you will see those that are not operating in spirituality, they're manifesting from patterns. That's what they're manifesting from. They see the predictions that are coming forward for humanity, and then they'll throw on webinars. As soon as the prediction has come out, they're manifesting on what that next pattern is for humanity. They're getting in on that financial bandwagon. And that tells you right there, they're manifesting off patterns. They're not manifesting off their integrity. They're not manifesting on what they truly know within their soul as a soul offering. They're manifesting on what the collective pattern is. It's a non-integrous offering. There's no integrity in that offering. They're manifesting off the reverberation of what the collective is going through. It's not an integrity. And then the next prediction comes out, and they're going to manifest something off that pattern. All they're doing is trying to make as much money as they can off the human patterns. That's not manifesting a soulfully fulfilled experience. That's not living in your soul spiritual offering. So people have to be very discerning. Those people that put out webinars every other week on different topics every other week, and they're moving, thousands and hundreds of thousands of people all over the world, those are not spiritually aligned experiences. They're just manifesting off the bandwagon. It's not a spiritually aligned experience. There's no connection with their higher self. You have a soul's purpose and you have a soul's passion, and that is meant to be what you're meant to follow through the higher self. The higher self wouldn't tell you to keep manifesting patterns here, and here, and you've got 20 different webinars and different classes and different things that you're working on off of the reverberation energies of what the collective is going through. No, your intention and your motive is to purely make money off the collective patterns. That has nothing to do with your spiritual alignment. So again, be discerning. There are those that are spiritually aligned that do what they do because that's their soul's passion, is who they are. That is the essence of who they are. It's their name. As my name is, as Mother Mary gave me forever ago. You will be known by your vibration. You will be known by your light. My name, my vibration carries weight. My work carries codes. All that I create carries codes. Somebody that steals my work and tries to copy it and tries to do a webinar on it, they're not going to get anything. They're not going to get anything vibrationally out of it, and their finances will be blocked. Because they're not in a spiritual alignment. It's not aligned. My work is aligned with me. I can talk forever on anything that I talk about. And I can keep going and going and going. That's my interfacing. That's my offering. That's my soul's purpose that God gave me. I'm aligned with my higher self. God says, here you go, Joanna. And everybody that is connected and interested and intrigued at that higher vibrational consciousness, it's in pure alignment, because I know who I am. I know what I offer. I'm in my pure alignment with God. That's my soul's passion, and that's what I teach. There will be those that will be seen because they've been doing it for a very long time, and they're very good at it, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's where they're at. But be very discerning on what you're giving to people, and if you're going into it saying, this isn't spiritually aligned, but it might be a good webinar, that's okay too, right? So then be okay with the money you're giving those people. If you're looking for higher spiritual wisdom to have the codes and activations and the true wisdoms of what your soul's evolution is really about, then it will be purely aligned. Those that I teach, and now teachers that teach about herbs and they teach about acupuncture, they're spiritually aligned. So those would be the people I refer to. That's not I can talk about it on the overview of spiritual ascension, but I refer people to those clients that have that specific, unique, passionate interest, because that's their soul's passion. Those are my teachers. I'm going to send you to those. Everybody has a unique soul blueprint. Everybody has a unique soul's purpose. Manifesting off patterns is not a soul blueprint purpose. You're just manifesting. You're not connected yet to your higher self. And that's okay. That's where you're at. Be very discerning. The low, middle, and high. It's all about your consciousness and alignment to your higher self, period. Very little higher self consciousness alignment, very little communion with your higher self, very little spiritual alignment as a soul. As you're operating as a soul, are you spiritually aligned? And you know that by going with it and doing the Ascension Pathwork daily. If all that you love to do is teach, then that is a thing you wake up and you can't wait to teach, or you can't wait to orate, you can't wait to color or paint. You know your spiritual alignment by what your soul and your belly shows you, by what you get up and you just must do every day. And that's not ego distractions, i.e. watching TV, or i.e. doing crossword puzzles. Those are all nice to kind of move time along, and that's fine. But your soul's passion is a creative alignment. Who are you, what do you exist in, and what's going on within you? It is the soul's passion. And you can absolutely tell someone that's aligned with God, it's boom, it's there. Codes are there, energy is there, truth is there, simplicity is there, it all makes sense. And then you get activated and you go away and start, okay, wow, that was an activation. Let me think about this. Let me think about it. It allows you to wonder. It allows you to ponder. It allows you to move things away that are not needed anymore. Because you want the highest perspective, and it's purely aligned with your creative joy. And that is a soul purpose. And why? I'll always somehow, some way, I'll always make my ends meet in that. Because it is my soul's purpose. That universe has to have that equal offer. If this is your purpose, the equal opposite is there. If there is a collective asking, there will be a collective offering. However, wonder though, and this is where we want you to discern, because again, there's the breaking out. In that collective offering, there's going to be 3 levels. Those that are not spiritually aligned and they're just offering things, fine, you know what you're getting into, you're making that conscious choice. And then there's the ones that are just newly awakening, they're starting to get their feet wet on what they're offering as a soul spiritual alignment, what their vocation is, what their passions are, what they're offering. They've done a little bit of pathwork, but now they want to get excited about expressing themselves more. It's a part of the Ascension soul. Your soul has to express. That's what makes you better and better and better at being a spiritual soul. All about expression. Expression is so important. Expression is why you're here. And so in that expression, and then you have those ones that have been doing it for a very long time, and that is their goal, that's their passion, that's all they live for. And that's their pulpit is everything. Their pulpit is everywhere. They don't need anything specific. They can do it from their car, they can do it from the beach, they can do it from their kitchen, it doesn't matter where. That is their soul's purpose, and they're living in it. And that is again, as I said, you'll be known by your vibration. Your vibration is so on point. So let's break up a lot of these lower vibrational densities, and those that are ready to step on it, it's all free will. You cannot make someone go where you're going. You cannot force somebody to go where you're going. You cannot force somebody that's higher vibrational to come back in your lower vibrational shit. You're meant to only focus on you. Everybody else is responsible for themselves. And the higher self from here on out is your guide. That is your compass, your higher self. Nobody initiates you. Nobody tells you. Nobody guides you but your higher self. And this is what I teach you. And you will know in your discernment of what you see out there in reality, and be discerning, is this spiritually aligned to my highest vibrational alignment? And yes, you're going to take classes from other lower vibrational experiences, because that's where they're sitting, and they do have an expertise in, say, AI technology. It might not be something you will be evolved in a spirit, but you might want to get to know about it, because maybe you want to go deeper and wider to a more natural, organic experience and using technology for healing as opposed to AI. So again, you're going to start tapping into being okay with everything, but being very discerning about where you're going for that and why. Your intention is everything. If your intention is to get something out of that class because you want greater variety in your knowledge and your wisdom, absolutely, because that's your intention. You're going to get something out of it. But don't go to those that are on the lower vibrational rungs when they're just manifesting off humanity's pattern. They're doing it for a financial lower vibrational motive and intention. They don't care about your spiritual alignment because they're not spiritually aligned. They're aligned with their ego. They're aligned with the ego patterns, because that's what patterns are. Patterns are ego. Patterns are the matrix. Patterns are the lower vibrational templates. There are no patterns in 5D. Everybody is a unique, diverse, hybrid soul. Therefore, thus then, everybody will be offering their most dynamic, creative, profound DNA hybrid experience. There's no patterns. And those people in those experiences will have to get back aligned with their higher self and truly start manifesting from a soul's perspective, as opposed to the collective ego material manifestation. They're manifesting with their intentions of material gain. Because your spiritual soul would never say, every pattern that comes out for humanity, let's do a webinar and make some money off it. That's ego manifesting. And that's fine. They'll have a certain success level. But when they get to higher levels, their higher self and their soul is saying, what is your true soul's purpose? Because there's no more patterns anymore. Who are you? So there is a spiritual alignment that is necessary from here on out. And there'll be those that will be seen as aligned with their higher self because they're totally on point and they have vibrations and they have energy. They're going to come bring because it's all source essence. Source essence will bring you the vibrational codes. My work is vibrational coded. You will learn something every single time you go back to any video because every video is infused with Christ codes. It's not a static experience. It's not monotone. It's not only one thing. That's why if you go back to our earliest video, you will learn something absolutely brand new. Because the codes are changing in every moment. That's Christ consciousness. It's multidimensional. That's why nobody can teach what I teach. They can do their own version of it, but they cannot teach what I teach. Because they're not a conduit. This is my soul's purpose. I know my soul's purpose. And it's awesome. I'm finally there. Yay. I'm in my purpose. Okay, higher self-alignment. Here we go. This feels so good to be aligned. I've got my light body turned on. I'm harmonized. Yeah. Ascension pathwork, the higher self entrainment. New systems or systems or systems. For the health, much will be discovered with the pineal, the capacity and the aptitude, and what the higher mind brings as harmonious, higher vibrational living. Because remember, our intention is higher vibrational living. Wake up every day, say that affirmation as many times as you want. I am aligning with higher vibrational living. I'm creating higher vibrational living. That higher vibrational living can only come through what? Your higher self. Your ego doesn't know it. Your ego's never been here before. Your ego doesn't know. And the higher vibrational living and what it will provide for the advancements on earth. Because remember, if you're connected with your higher self, you're going to have the intentions and the knowings. You're going to have the inventiveness, as I said. Because I've been connected for so very long, these are my inventions. These are my copyrights. I can speak on an infinite number of ways with any one illustration. It might look simple. It might look like it's nothing. But I can speak on an infinite number of ways. When I have private sessions, they've never heard any of my videos because I do have people that offer, it's word of mouth. So if people know that I'm a healer and word of mouth and I'll go to somebody, they have never watched any of my videos before, they see one of my illustrations and they get activated by it. So I speak on my work. It's an activational experience. That's how God infused me. That's Christ consciousness. So whatever it is that's your expression, this is what I help you align with from 3D to 5D. What is your soul's expression? There will be codes. Why? Because you're harmonizing with the Christ consciousness, which is your infinite, eternal, unconditional love as a multi-vibrational hybrid being. So your work, whatever you put out, is going to be coded for you and your specialty, for you and your vocation, for you and your gift. So trust it. Trust God's exact plan. This is why you don't have to do any ego. You don't have to do spell work. You don't have to destiny swap. You don't have to do all the fuck shit. Stay away from the fuck shit. The fuck shit is ego, patterned, egoic, fear of missing out, FOMO, all of that stuff. It's ego because you don't have a sense of self. You don't believe in who you are with God. So you need to work on your harmonization with God, your higher self. Do the path work. Everything that you can come up with an excuse, everything that you come up with is where you're at right now because they're not excuses. Those are things that you need to look at and say, write it down and say, I have an answer for this. If you're aligned with your higher self, everything has an answer. It has to. It is the equal universe. If there is a question, there is always an answer. If there is a human that asks for something, that seeks something, there is going to be that which one answers it. So your questions are your own answers. So here we go. Again, we have the ability through the alignment with our higher selves to transcend anything that we know to be in our health experience or illness experience or disease experience. We will come up with new advancements, new inventiveness, and we will be our own resolving of any disease and malnutrition. Because remember, as we said earlier, every multidimensional body, and as their DNA gets activated, will have a different level of nourishment and feeding. This is why, again, as we said earlier, those that manifest from trying to predict where humanity is going with health and healing, they have no idea. Nobody can predict that. Because everybody is at a different DNA and everybody's DNA has different levels of hybridization. Those that are truly aligned with their higher self and that's their soul's purpose, like mine, it's my soul's purpose to assist with hybridization programs and how to heal multidimensionally. That's my soul's purpose. That's my soul's passion. I was born to do this and be this. But people that try to feed off of the harvesting, they try to feed off of that pattern, they're not going to have any connection or any knowingness. They're not going to know, because everybody's DNA, you might have ascension cycle where 30% of the collective gets awakened because of the codes we're being offered into their insectoid DNA. So those people cannot pattern that. They can't predict it. They don't understand anything to do with multidimensionality. They will not be in alignment to manifest anything because it's not their soul's purpose, and God will absolutely sit them down. So again, from here on out, it is pure higher self alignment. If you're not aligned with your higher self, if you're not aligned in your soul's purpose, in your soul's passion, if you're not aligned in your daily activity with your higher self, if you're not higher self aligned, your soul will keep sitting you down until you get it. Because your soul purpose is not what you're doing. Your soul's purpose is not what you have been doing. Because again, who are you, what you exist, and what's going on within you? If you're not aligned with what's going on within you, you must present this creative offering. Then it will show itself to you, and your teams are going to keep sitting you down. You're going to keep manifesting the door closing. So celebrate that. That's a tower moment. Those tower moments are what? They're your liberations. So celebrate it. You need to be liberated in those moments where you keep going in that door. Stop going in that door. God's going to keep shutting that door. Your teams will keep shutting that door. Your teams will keep blocking those jobs because that's not the job you're meant to be in. This happens all the time with those that are meant to be on a different path, and they've been doing so many job searches and they're just not finding that job. Because their teams have said you're not meant to go in that arena. That might be where all your education is, but that's not where you're meant to be. We're completely, absolutely making sure your resumes don't get seen because you're meant to do this now. And those are the 5D vocational alignments. So your teams are going to sit you down, whether you like it or not. Again, from here on out, because of the light, we're speaking this way and we're talking this way because the light is going to increase. The light's going to increase. It will be, because what is light? Light is faster. That means that how much we get light and when we get light is going to be quickening. So it's going to be quickening, quickening, quickening. Again, as we said in our videos a while ago, do you have the capacity and aptitude to keep harmonizing those aspects of light? You don't have to rush through it. That's not what we're saying at all, because speed has nothing to do with what you're grasping. But are you just harmonizing in, yes, I get this, I'm just going to fall in love with myself. You will still integrate light if you just focus on self-love and self-care. Those are the highest behaviors you can do every day to gain in light. And again, everybody has a unique temperament and pacing for their ascension cycle. I was very devoted in my ascension, all my ascension path work. Every day I woke up, I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? I would get on my journals and I would do the work. That's how come I created all the drawings and all that I did. Every day I woke up, I was like, on it. Let's go, Spirit. What are we doing? That's how you know it is just who I am. It's my name is. This is who I am. I can't change it. This is who I am. I have a very high capacity and a very high temperament. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Because that's my interfacing. I'm high functioning. I want to get as much information as possible. Then what can I do to create? How can I express it? How can I give back to the collective? That's how you know you're balanced. That's how you know you're a master teacher. Is because whatever it is you're given, you're going to express it just as quickly because it must go out into the collective. Because you know God's going to bless you 10 times equally. That's working in a higher, faster, oscillating reality. Where you're manifesting quicker because, yeah, I'm producing more. I've got my light alignment. My light alignment to my intake and to my exhale is important. It's equal. There's no imbalance. This is where they said in my posting, I'll say it in my channel, you'll understand where the illness is, where the blocks are physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. What that person is going through as a healer. Because you can see the imbalance. As I said, my intake is equal to my exhale. My inhale is equal to my exhale. My downloads are equal to my exhaling. My expression, the 3 E's. That's all your soul cares about is those 3 E's. So do the work. Everything I teach is very simple, but it's about every person releasing themselves from the lower mind, say, I can't do that, or just jumping into something totally different. Yeah, you're meant to. And then you give yourself a couple of months and it's like, wow, why didn't I do this sooner? Because you've already entrained yourself into a higher oscillating reality. And you don't even notice it. Okay, wow. You don't even see those friends anymore that were really bad for you because all they did was talk behind your back and stab you in the back all the time. So they're not friends. That's not your tribe. True tribe don't sabotage you. True tribe don't steal from you. True tribe don't do spell work on you. True tribe don't take and steal from you and ask you to join their cult and then steal everything that you have and steal all your ideas and harvest from you and then rip and ruin your life apart every day, all day, because they're obsessed with your energy, but they don't want to do anything on their own and do it for themselves. That's not a tribe. You've learned your lesson. Say, thank you very much for the soul lessons. I'm moving away, cut the ties and move on. You don't owe them anything. Even if they say you owe them, you don't. You don't owe them anything. Your soul says you got to move on because you're connected to 8 other million people. You're connected to 8 million people in your soul tribe that is a part of your soul fragments. If you're not moving on, you're staying stuck and stagnant, you're holding everybody up. The highest level of all that you are, the highest level of all that you offer, the highest importance for you right now is your spiritual journey. There is nothing more important right now than this. And those that are spiritually aligned, they will see the lower, middle, and upper because you're here to help those levels for whatever your spiritual soul's passion is. And God's going to take you to every level because you need practice expanding your vibration. Your soul's vibration of your field needs that practice. You have many fields. If you're not going into all of these different vibrations, you're not meant to stay there, right? That's what one of my lessons was. You're not meant to stay in those lower vibrational degrading energies. You're just meant to deposit energy there, to deposit teaching there, and then move on. You're not meant to stay there. You're meant to move around and make sure that you can navigate from your purity of intention and not get bounced around by lower vibrational energies that keep attacking you every time you show up. God will only make sure you're only there for an hour or two and then you move on. Because what type of environment is that when they ask you to come and visit and all they do is scheme and plot around you to see how they can do root work on you and spell work on you and attack you and sacrifice you? Okay, well, this is why you've lost access to me. Is why you're never going to see me or feel my energy ever again. And then Spirit, Mother, Father, and Lord Michael cut all of those soul cords, and all of that pod have to go in and they have to go seek their light from someone else. They're not seeking anything from me anymore. They cannot touch my energy because there was so much abuse. You're not going to be given sacred life if all you do is abuse it. Doing spell work and root work and lying and sabotaging and attacking, all of those lower vibrational experiences because you don't want to join their group, and all of a sudden your rejection issues, your no sense of self issues, your insecurity issues, which were never my issues or your issues. But you just kept attacking me all these years because you wanted me to come back and manifest off my light. No, go and look after your own light, go and work with your own light, go and work with God and have communion with God, and then you start accelerating in your light. You're not manifesting off me anymore. You're not going to dump your karma on me. You're not going to destiny swap on me. You're not going to put spells on me and voodoo and root work because the stories and the games are over. There's a shifting out. And all of those people that do that type of low vibrational energy work, secret society abuse, dark occult abuse, anybody that does those things, they will be shifted into the lower realms where they can practice it on each other. And the higher vibrational beings that are meant to be teaching higher vibrational collectives and working start to create new templates for 5D Earth, we're going to be shifted out and away. Because there is no more abuse. When you call it, when you 3A it, it's over. The story's done. And then again, you'll have certain people that will just refuse to let you go. And again, they're the ones that'll have the bumpiest ride, and they will be cut in spiritual jail, and then it will turn into physical jail because there are criminal abuses. You cannot force somebody to be in your story in any way. If somebody says no, it means no. Move the fuck on. Go heal yourself. You've been given enough time. You've been given enough opportunities. You've been told no spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and in the legal realm and in the physical realm. You've been told to leave the lightworkers alone. Stop harvesting off lightworkers. Stop attacking lightworkers. Stop stalking lightworkers. Stop gang stalking lightworkers. Stop doing spell work on lightworkers. Every act that you do, thought, word, and deed, every spell that you do, everything that you do is going to move you more and more and more to Epstein Earth. The number one law and why you align with your higher self for the right use of free will and non-interference. Any interference that you do, whether you're the government that's directing the hit, whether you are the witch, whether you are the warlock, whether you are the voodooist, whether you are the person in the house that says it's okay and you're not doing anything about it, if you know secret society abuse is going on, go to your authorities and say, this is what's going on. Here is my proof. I've taken pictures of the license plates. Here's my log of gang stalking. I'm letting you know that there is gang stalking and secret society abuse going on in my neighborhood. And it's not okay. I have my free rights. I have my human rights. I have my spiritual rights. I can walk around freely and safely. I get to be who I am. Reclaim your power, reclaim your light, and the heavens and the legions will protect you equal measure. You got to reclaim that power back, though, because you were giving it away to people that were trying to bully and intimidate you. Then you stand up to those devils and those demons, because there's other stories and other timelines where you did give that power away and they did sacrifice you. No, you're not sacrificing me. Didn't we tell you about that 800 times? But you spent all this money. You spent millions of dollars to try and sacrifice me, and we told you 6 years ago, you're not sacrificing me. You stole a lot of money. You stole my mail, you sabotaged me, you held me back, you derailed me, and you delayed me, and God gave you 6 years to do the right thing. God gave you 6 years to heal. God gave you 6 years to face yourself. God gave you 6 years to face all your deeds. God gave you 6 years to do the right thing, and all these people chose not to. And bit by bit by bit, and every day, all of these people are getting karma times 10, times 10, times 10, because you can only say something to the millionth time before it has to hit them right back in the face, or right back in wherever their bodies are seeing that imbalance, as we said earlier. You will see where the imbalances are on those people, whether it comes a mental disease, whether it's a disease in their body, it might be a physical imbalance. They're not balancing something in their experience. Those soul fragments are not integrated. So you can see it as a healer. And again, new systems, because there's nothing in our social world, because the leaders are such low vibrational, arrogant thieves, and they benefit off humanity being numb and dumb. There are nothing in our social realities in the 3D experience, because it's all 3D, matrix mess, matrix domination, control, and Epstein programs and agendas, human testing and human experimenting. There are no higher vibrational light intelligences. The systems aren't there yet, but we're here again. New systems. The Galactic Federations, the systems of Light, Mother, Father, God, and all of your celestial teams will start helping you manifest and clearing the way to get these new systems out there, because there's 8 billion people on this planet who need better systems. We're not feeding into low vibrational, corrupt systems anymore. Say no to it. Pull yourself out of the matrix in every moment. I'm not buying into the system anymore. I'm not giving my direction, intention, and focus there anymore. And cut yourself off of those systems. Light is the higher vibrational way. Light clears, light heals, light manifests. It is of a higher octave than the low vibrational secret society abuses. They cannot compete. There's no intelligence in darkness. That's why they're still running the same patterns. That's why they're still trying to sacrifice me. It's not intelligent. The light is so much more intelligent. The way will be made. Stand up to secret society abuse. Don't pay those people to, don't even be involved. If you're actually looking for someone to do spell work, you're not healed. Go heal. Nobody should ever turn to spell work for anything except to manifest a healing for yourself, or learn how to manifest a little bit of abundance. You don't stay stuck in manifesting abundant spell work. That's imbalance. And your spirit guides will show you there'll be a total imbalance. Number 2 law, law of balance. You shouldn't be doing manifesting spells every day. You're not balanced. All you need to do is stay in your enjoyment and your expression, and God's going to manifest whatever you need to manifest before you. That's manifesting. Manifesting from your joy, that's manifesting. Don't manifest from patterns. Don't manifest from ego. Most of the people, I'm giving you this as a percentage right now. God, can you please give me a percentage? 98.9 is the percentage they're giving me of people that are using spell work and manifesting in our social world right now are manifesting from ego. They're not manifesting from their spiritual alignment, because if you're manifesting from your spiritual alignment, you wouldn't use spell work. Again, there's no spiritual alignment. They're not working with their higher self. They're using it as a manifestation tool. That's low vibrational. Okay, that's ego. And once you get out of ego, once you heal your wounds about why you think you need something, why you think you have to have something, why you're doing sex magic on the same person that said no to you 8 billion times, God is showing you, the universe is showing you, that person is showing you you're not meant to be together. Move the fuck on. Again, you're not healed. Do the work. Do the inner fucking work. You're not going to get away without doing the work. Your spells will not work, and you will be blocked on every level. I guarantee you that. Watch everybody now that's coming down and falling. Their towers are manifesting tenfold. The only way through is truth and doing the work. If there is those societies that are doing societal abuse, you have to speak on it. You have to bring it to the authorities. Get out your stalking log, take pictures of the license plate numbers, mark down what they're doing and why they're doing it, and how are they impeding on your human rights and on your spiritual rights. You have laws, and these laws will back you 100%. Never, ever bow to lesser. The bullies and the intimidators and gangs and secret societies are lesser. They're not higher than God. You're meant to break all conformity. They do not run you. They do not control you. Period. Whether it's Area 51 and anybody that works there, the human testing, the MK Ultra, the Stargazer programs, whatever it is, those are aspects of, they are the core vibration, their intention and their motive is control. Human experimenting, human testing for control purposes. There is no need in our human evolution for that to occur. There's no need for it. It's abhorrent behavior. on the government's behalf, and monies are being spent and people are being harmed egregiously. I survived. And there's many beings that are being tested on and dehumanized and degraded by government programs that absolutely have no right to be in our human evolution for a higher intelligent society. These are very low vibrational, degrading, cloning, degrading, Epstein-like agendas. They have no right in higher intelligent experiences. And two, any being that thinks that they are captivating and they're holding captive aliens and they're doing studies on aliens, that is of the lowest vibrational consciousness. Because as you see channelers like myself and Daniel Scranton and Lee Carroll Cryon, all of these beings that are of higher vibrational consciousness, we speak to consciousness of the Pleiades and Cassiopeia and Lyra and the bird people and the felines and all of these energies and all these celestials, they're our family. Why would you ever put them in captivity and do testing on them? That's, again, low vibrational abhorrent. They're looking to control and dominate and to rip your soul apart. And I'm calling you out, governments. Everybody that are in those programs, Area 51, anybody that works in Area 51, anybody that works for those programs, you will be getting karma. And it's going to sit on your soul. Because you know within your heart and soul, however the people in the politic world name it and sound it, however it's titled and however it's named and however it's sold to you, just as those that were selling to those that were in my earlier lineage. They sell it as a government experiment or a government test. And the parents that are not really understanding, are not really fully aware, and they sign their children to be in a part of these tests. And they're egregious tests because the governments are not being absolutely 100% forthright. They're keeping a few intentions and motives out hidden. They're keeping them hidden. They're not being forthright. Don't sign your child up for any government study. The governments don't have your highest and best interest at heart. They don't. They've proven that. No leader talks about healing. No leader has shown you that they have a higher self-alignment. So why would you ever go and be a part of their political party? Grow up. Who are you? Why would you ever do that? They're showing you absolutely they're not higher vibrationally aligned. They are the lowest vibrational people on our planet. So who are you going to listen to? Who are you going to give power to? Who are you going to allow them to give you a truth? Are they giving you truth or are they giving you what their agenda is, just mocked in a few human words where most people aren't going to discern and point to the pierce through their lies and pierce through their manipulations and pierce through their half-truths? So speak to me, governments. U.S. government, Canadian government, Russian government. I want all of you to sit down and have a session with me. Nobody has intentions and nobody has motives. Just come and sit with me and we talk. Already attacking my throat chakra. They don't want me to talk. Because they know that the agendas that they have, and so let's just draw this out. I want these people to stop because they're watching me. You're proving your own ignorance right now just by doing this experiment. I'm experimenting on you, dudes. You're throwing the energy at my throat chakra for me to shut up. I'm not going to shut up because God wants me to say this. Get out a piece of paper and I want you to do the infinity. Oh, those of such leadership. If what you're doing is so correct and if what you're doing is so true and honorable for the human society, and it's not, I'm telling you right now, it's egregious, inhuman behavior, and you are absolutely destroying the spirit of who they are. You have to wear this on your soul. It will never leave you. Every person that you interfere with and every person that you damage and every person that you have in your human experimenting, every single fucking person, I'm one of them that survived. Many of them didn't survive. Every single person you touch, you will wear on your soul like a freight of a train. You're going to wear that on your soul. You're going to walk around with it on your soul until you stand up and you do the fucking right thing. Stand within your spiritual leadership and say, no, I want to be a part of the legions of light. I want to be a part of Archangel Michael legions. I'm not doing any more harm to any more humanity. Why? Because the second you leave here, you will see, wow, that wasn't necessary. I harmed a whole lot of people. Because why? The next timeline you're going to come into the equal body. You're going to come into the equal degraded mind. You're going to come into the equal degraded family because that's what you've done to other people. And you have to get this level. You have to get the lesson of oneness. You will get this lesson of oneness whether you like it or not, because that's why your soul signed up for this job. And it's a job of soul evolution and no other reason. You're not here to see how powerful you are to sign up for a corrupt government program that does nothing but harm, control, and dominate, and see how far you can press the domination box. Why? We're moving into higher intelligence. That has no bearing here. All the monies you've wasted, all the time you've wasted, all the life you've wasted, and you're wearing all that on your soul. Make no mistake about it. You're following it. And it's going to follow you. It never leaves you. It never leaves you. It never leaves you. Like a piece of dirty gum stuck to the bottom of your foot forever. You're the only one that can alchemize it. I'm not going to sit down because I barely survived, and there's so many more people that didn't survive, and you're wearing that darkness on your soul. Area 51, secret society abuse. Governments that use secret societies to abuse the innocent people and keep them numb, dumb, and stupid by selling them out to drugs, by selling them out to the underground and testing them in systematic deconstruction. Go watch my video, You Are Supported video. Go watch it. It's called Mind Scraping. And they might have these in secret files, and they might have these in secret ways so that they hide it from the public, so it's not really talked about. No, we are meant to break it because God says it's time. These programs of abuse will be seen. And everybody involved with them, everybody. Every single person involved, I don't give a fuck who you are. Every single person involved in pressing the button, in tying somebody down, in sending them dark magic, in sending them beautiful, beautiful, beautiful agenda stories that confuse them so. Every single one of you absolutely will get karma. And I'm saying every day that you allow this to occur, it's times 10, times 10, times 10. Start keeping track of your actions. You're not getting out of it. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck what you call yourself. I don't give a fuck about the little things on your badge. I don't give a fuck. You know that what you do and you know that what you're a part of is egregious to all spirit, is all egregious to all God's plan. That is not in God's plan. What you did to me is not a part of God's plan. How dare you? I'm going to be helping heal those ones that do survive. And guess what? We're going to write books and we're going to create healing centers and we are going to be the next world leaders because you're not. How dare you treat innocent life that way? You will never get an innocent life light body. You will never come into sacred life. You're going to be stuck to the lower vibrational realms until you get the fucking lessons, people. If you do not respect sacred life in all of its form, be it animal, be it bee, be it bug, be it tree, be it child, be it divine feminine. If you do not respect sacred life, it will be taken from you. Watch, watch, watch. You chose your karma. How can anybody think degrading, deconstructing a human? How could anybody think? How could anybody think in any level of control and abuse and domination? Whether you're in the home abusing your divine wife, whether you're in the home abusing your children, whether you're in the home projecting mental forcing, projecting mental spell work, projecting mental this and mental that. How can anybody think that's okay? How can anybody think that they will be blessed? And you won't. That is your judgment. I call it. I walk with Anubis. I walk with the scales on all realms. I've faced every 701 of your devils. I am aligned with spirit, and that will never be taken from me. I am what I am, and I will teach on all dimensions and all realms and all universes. None ever, 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 ever in the higher mind alignment would ever, ever, ever say deconstructing a human and mind scraping is okay. It's not. And you will be held responsible. You will be held accountable, and I'm calling you out. I'm calling every leader. I'm calling every military person. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. If you know that these abuses occur and you do nothing about it, you will receive karma, and it ain't going nowhere until you clear it. You stand and you sit with yourself and you say, what part did I play? How can I make this right? I want to work my way back to Archangel Michael Legions because I do want to serve humanity. I do want to be a part of healing humanity. I do want to get myself in a light body, and I want my children to be freed from this destruction and the deconstruction of divine essence within our human form. Because that's the intention, to make sure how much power can we give away. Don't give away an ounce of power to anybody. They're not worth it. They're going to run you right into hell. That's what the Epstein projects are like. Epstein projects, and Epstein was an example. Go back and look on any video about Epstein, and you will see his blatant deconstruction and the blatant disrespect and the blatant separation of himself with spirit. There's no connection with spirit ever. And yet he was allowed to do what he did. Why? Because money spoke. White collar crime all over the place. So now it's just coming out more and more. Secret societies are used by some government affiliates to do the targeting, to do the stalking, to do the watching, to do the spying. Make sure you're taking pictures of the cars. Make sure you're logging it. Make sure you're doing blogs about it. Make sure you're talking about it. Make sure you're expressing it. Because once you call it for what it is, it has no power over you. And these people, these testing agents, these testing people, these testing groups, these testing whatever they want to call themselves, because they're not human leaders. They don't care about humanity. They're not offering healing. They're not offering anything. All of these people, and yes, I agree with you, it's a big task, but you're here to do it. I'm telling you right now, and thank you for being aware of the magnitude and the normality of it, but we're walking with spirit. If I can do it all by myself with 50 people against me, absolutely you can do it. 50 people or more, governments with resources, with infinite monies. I had nothing. I was living homeless. All I had was God. As Jesus said, all you need is God. God knows, God is a part of every aspect of life. God knows exactly what's coming for that person in their next timeline. God knows exactly what that person came from in the previous timeline. God knows exactly who that person is around 24/7 for the rest of its life. God will activate somebody around that person. God will have somebody pick up a piece of paper that person lives with, and that piece of paper, take that piece of paper down to the police, and that piece of paper is exactly what they needed to give that person a charge against whatever they did in abuse to somebody else, or maybe they killed somebody else, or maybe they allowed human testing. Maybe they allowed this, maybe they allowed that. God knows what God's doing. Leave it up to God. As Jesus said, you walk with the legions. There's billions walking behind me in spirit, on all realms, all dimensions. Ain't nothing in a 3D suit with the little bars on their sleeve is going to mean nothing to these legions. They've lost their way. They've disconnected. They haven't done their healing, and they're lost. Anybody that is involved with human testing programs, speak up. Don't sign anything on behalf of any government that allows you to be tested on or your children. Speak up. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your godliness. Reclaim your sovereignty. Nothing goes in your body without your say. So don't allow any of the political arenas say that you must be forced to this, must be forced to that. Claim your voice, claim your power. When you are connected with light, there is nothing that anybody can put within you that will make anything anything. No, if you're in 100% light, you won't catch anything. You won't be a part of those lower vibrational diseases. Again, these people that lead the countries, these people that are involved in all these political genres and agendas, they're not aligned with their higher self. They don't have any fucking clue. When you are in your light, birdie, you won't get those diseases. Even if they put a needle in you and say, we're going to give you this disease, which it has been done, human testing. High vibrational being that is connected with their Christ consciousness, and they have a certain percentage of their light body activated, a 40% of their light body, they won't get the diseases. And if they get injected with it, it might show up on a test, and then 3 months later, that disease will be completely cleared. That's fucking light. But they don't want you to know this. So why is my platform closed? Why is my platform suppressed? Share my platform, open my videos. There is nothing and nobody. There is no construct. There is no nothing. There is nothing out there. There is nothing out there. There is nothing out there. There is nobody. There is nobody. There's nobody. There's nobody on this planet that has higher ranking. Your alignment with your higher self, your alignment with God is everything. Who are you? I am thy name. Thy name is. As my name is, I am that I am. I am every vibration of cell within me that is filled with light. I am that I am. Every breath is light. I am that I am. I say my speech. I am that I am. I speak my reality. I am that I am. I am in control of who I am as light. Nobody has an ounce of say over you. So don't join their programs. Be aware, be discerning. Is it spiritually aligned? Does your higher say, yeah, that sounds exciting, let's do this? Or is it a low vibrational ego thing where they're trying to buy you in to be more lower vibrational, numb and dumb? Anybody that wants you to drop what you're doing, anybody that wants you to step away from your spiritual calling, anybody that wants you to step away from your spiritual journey, that happened to me for decades. They were trying to do everything in their power to make me as low vibrational as them. They wanted to do everything in their power. Their intention was to sell me, to bid me, to trade me back into devil programs, back into Luciferian programs, back into satanic programs. Because they know who I am and they know I'm valuable. You will never take an ounce of me, and they were all told. I learned my lesson. I transmuted it. You will never have an ounce of say on my fucking life ever. And you have to live with that on your soul. Anybody that did any part of the 50 that were involved, any deconstruction programs that you did on me to try and sell me out to a lower vibrational program, false marriage me, take me into your bidding pyramid and take me into this and that and your secret deconstruction, systematic slow dagger, and all the shit that was done on a daily fucking basis for decades. You wear that on your soul, and spirit will not let you move forward, and spirit will block you on every way. Physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. However you attack me, you're going to be blocked tenfold. Make no mistake about that. Why? I'm asking you why. I want you all to draw that out. I want all the leaders that are watching me today, I want you to draw it out. Do the infinity one more time. Every person that you've held back from knowing how to heal themselves, how to reclaim their power, how to know that they don't have to put up with abusive husbands and abusive governments. Every person that you have been withholding to get in touch with my teachings and my codes and my light to align with their own higher selves because it's a part of their soul's blueprint, you have absolutely held up all of creation's ascension. And make no mistake about it, you're going to wear it. You're going to have gum stuck to your foot for the rest of eternity. And is the false sense of power and is your control for others and is your little bars on your little chest and your little vest, is it worth it? for your false 3D fucking power? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to walk around as a fake person to say you're all powerful in this when you're going to walk around with densities on your soul you will never ever let go of until you fucking do the right thing? And doing the right thing is, in the greater good, is this serving all of humanity? There will be something coming out about how COVID actually got started. And those people that were actually involved in it, they will have equal karma for the rest of their timelines. They know who they are. And they're going to keep going through karma. They know exactly what they did. They know why they did it. The ramifications were profound. It was the catalyst that allowed those of us that were awake to say, hey, no, I'm going to call in greater light. Nothing in the 3D realm is going to affect my health and my light body. Because Christ consciousness is. The light within your cells is. Your harmonization with God is. Nothing that comes before you as a program of agenda, of control or forcing, you don't have to buy into it. Pull yourself out and go the other way. Start making new systems of light and healing. Nobody has say over you. Nobody will ever have say over you. Nobody will ever have say over you. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And even though there might be secret societies that will do everything in their power to try, and they will call in 50 people if they can, they will call them in from the police, and they'll call them in from the government, they'll call them in from however they can. Resources, no resources, badges and little bars. Nothing of that fucking matters. There's nothing more important than your alignment with your higher self and who you are as God. Claim your higher self every day. Surrender to your higher self every day. Nothing has power over you ever. It never will and it never did. Share my channel. Open up my videos. Anybody that is involved in human testing on any level in any way, you have to ask yourself one question at the end of every day. The more that I am involved with the interference of humanity becoming their higher selves in the highest light capacity and moving into higher intelligence of the evolution of the soul, you will keep it in your soul forever in all timelines in any realm you go to and any family that you have and the children that you have. You are affecting your life and your future lives and your future bodies and your future minds and your future children. And is it worth it to you? There is no way out of this, dear lighted ones. There is either karma or your dharma. There is either the negative or the positive. When you are neutrally in your higher self experience, you would never, ever, 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 ever be a part of anything that has been going on that I've been speaking about that must be spoken about. We must wake up to what is going on and speak about it. Speak about secret society abuse. Get your blogs going. Get your channels going. Speak about it. Because when you call it for what it is, it doesn't hold power over you. It never did. Their intimidation is purposeful. Their systematic approaches and slow daggers are purposeful. Why? Because you kept giving your power to let it be more powerful than you. It's not. Nobody can slow dagger you. Nobody can take your innocence. Nobody can take your consciousness. Reclaim your power every hour. Have that as a mantra. I reclaim my power every hour. My power belongs to me. My light belongs to me. My energy belongs to me. Nothing outside of me affects who I am as light. You are one with God. That is your universal truth. You are eternal. You are light. And you are forever God's song. And in that, that's all you need. That is all God's love for you. Your love is eternal. Your light is eternal. The song of you is eternal, and that is love. Nothing else trumps this. Share my videos. I deserve to be seen, heard, and known. Why? Because I serve the greater good of all creation, and God will make sure of it. And those people trying to repress me, and those people trying to silence me, and those people trying to send their voodooists on my channels and my live stream to throw magic at my thing and throw magic this and trying to do roots and trying to do this, it's not working. You're going to bounce right back. You know that what I speak is a higher truth. You know that what I speak is simple. You know that what I speak is aligned with God. You know that what I speak is high vibrational. You know that what I speak is high intelligence. You know that what I speak is connecting with your higher self and your soul. Why? Because I'm healing you. Their higher selves are surrendering right now. Why? Because I'm healing you. You're getting that as you're sitting in your puffy chairs. I heal. I give life. I speak life. I don't take it. And that's why my soul is clear. Simple and true. It is very clear.
And your light body shines. And your voice is magnetic because it's got codes of life. It's got codes of potential, codes of promise, codes of joy. And we just become our higher selves. Why? Because it feels so good to speak and be of godliness. I want the best for you, dear lighted ones. I want you to say, no, I join the legions of light. I join Archangel Michael. This is no longer privy to humanity. No, we will no longer keep our humanity in suppression and subjugation. No, we will break free. Why? You're going to be born in another 5 years and another 10 years in another body, and you want to be free and liberated. You're building your next body now by every choice you make. You're creating your next brain now by every choice you make. Are you in light or are you in negative karma? And controlling and forcing and damaging and attacking, systematically taking them apart, ripping them apart one by one. How does that serve your soul? You're going to come back, dear lighted ones. And what kind of a brain will you have? I'm showing you right now. If I were you, I would alter course very quickly. You're going to have a brain of mush. You choose. You make other people's brains of mush. Absolutely, you're choosing your next brain in your next body in your next child's life. Why? Because you're going against the highest vibrational laws of all creation. Right use of free will and non-interference. Are you interfering, dear lighted ones? Ask yourself every day. Are you interfering? You are here for you and you only. And as you're living in your highest vibration, you give others to do that as well. I am a higher vibrational teacher, dear lighted ones. Like it or not, I speak what I speak. If you don't like what I see, if you don't like what I speak, if you don't like what my visions are and the truth that I bring forward, get off my fucking channel. I have that right. I don't mind saying it. Get off. But you come here. Why? Why? Because there's something you walk away with every morsel and you become smarter every day. And it's up to you to say, well, maybe I should integrate this and maybe I'll become a little bit more wiser in my higher self and my spirit. And maybe I will manifest a better body. Maybe I will manifest more light. Maybe I'll manifest somebody that really cares about me instead of people that abuse me. It's very simple. Light is simple. Light is pure. That's God. You will never take the God out of me. Why? Because I choose with my free will. I am godly. What do you choose, dear lighted ones? Who are you? Chainamaka de Kesha, Lionamaka, Lenamaka, Denamaka, Dedamaka, Aideke na a. Chinamaa sia. Systems of light are speaking through me. Systems of light say each and every one of you are hybrids, dear lighted ones. And every time you move through an ascension cycle, there are aspects of your multidimensionality that are being activated. They're being blessed with light. They're being nourished. They're being fed. They're being hydrated. What is light, delighted ones? What is light? What is light? What is light? Get there on your own. Get your piece of paper and draw an infinity. What is light? Light. Light is the hydration to all that is life. As you call that light in, it feeds the density. It feeds what needs to be moved. It feeds a new perspective. It feeds, it hydrates, it hydrates, it hydrates, it hydrates, delighted ones. But you can't help but be attracted to it. You're going to manifest through this light. And at first you're going to get triggered and you'll say, no, that's not possible. I've been too negative for too long and I've been beaten on, I've been scorned. I've been told I'm negative things and I've been told this and I've been entrained this. But there's something about this, I keep coming back to these videos. Because you get fed and it's truthful. Because none of your old religions will stand up and none of your old politics will stand up. Because the way you used to lead will never stand up anymore. And if you were a good leader, you'd say, hey, let's get these teachings in here right away. Because we want to be a part of these new Earth systems that are part of the galaxy. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we want to benefit from the galaxy? It has nothing to do with weaponization, delighted ones. That's ego. That's degrading. You got a lot of wounds there. Because the systems of light will never offer you weaponization. They learned the lesson a very long time ago. They were so very gracious to humanity, and humanity abused it. Again, you won't be offered anything if you abuse. There must be a shifting out. You've asked for it. Light nourishes and it hydrates. That is a lesson. So here is our channel for today. We are bringing in great light and remembrance that each and every one of us have the ability to process and integrate greater light and equal to the ascension symptoms. Remember, if you're new at integrating and processing light, you're going to have equal symptoms, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Whatever that light is going to hit first is going to be that first imbalance. So that's where you're going to see as a healer. If you're a healer, if you're a teacher, you're going to see those imbalances by how that person before you is moving through whatever they're moving through. The imbalances will be seen just as the collective consciousness and whatever is going on in the collective consciousness
subconscious will be seen. Lower, middle, and high. And then you can start assisting those wherever they're at in their journey if you are a healer. And just as your own body, right? As you're calling in greater light, you're going to go through ascension symptoms because that's your body just integrating light. That's what ascension systems are. Ascension systems are the biophysical experiences of you integrating greater light. Everyone has an ascension process. They're unique in their pacing. They're unique in their temperament. If you're working with your light every day and doing ascension pathwork every day, your ascension symptoms are just going to be a part of your everyday process. You're going to know it. You're going to be okay with it. You're going to allow it. It's going to be another synchronicity for you, right? So it's nothing to get, all crooked about. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Lots of energy today. I'm working on a whole different level today, so my energy is really big. Can you tell? So again, go back to that video. We did a couple of videos, I think last year, a year and a half ago, maybe last year, about aptitude and capacity to live as a higher light being, higher consciousness, right? Because you're entraining your body to process greater light. You want your fields to be pristine. You want your fields to be clear. So say those affirmations. Do your breath work. Visualize light being bathed to clear your fields. Your light is being bathed to clear your chakras. Your light is being bathed to clear your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body, your physical body. Cleanse, 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 cleanse. And then do the physical things that you can do to cleanse. Himalayan salt baths, going to the ocean, getting out to nature as much as possible. That also helps reset the biophysical experiences that you're moving through in higher light pulsations, because there is higher light coming at us. So if you're not understanding how to work with your light body and everything seems to be chaotic for you, that means that you're not grounded in this higher light, and you need to clear some things away, get used to doing your daily ascension work so that you can keep up with the light, because the light's going to keep coming. And equally so, those that are not doing ascension path, like this is where the leaders have to wake up and the leaders have to be proactive now. Those that are not doing the ascension path work and those that are working within dark occult practices or secret societies that work on very low vibrational practices, they are going to have the psychosis. So who's going to heal them? Where can they reach out for healing? There's no entire intelligent teachings going on in our world. They have to seek them out. There is no support systems in the community. Because if they do go to the community, they don't tell the people in the community that they do dark arts, that they do these practices. A multidimensional healer can tell it and see it in their aura. The healer can say, well, maybe stop practicing dark arts. Maybe you'll feel better. It's a start. That's one of the things. And then we'll work on the soul fragments and integrating those. The societal leaders need to get on board as soon as possible and start offering higher vibrational intelligence to all levels of society. And I'm asking these leaders to draw it out. Everybody draw it out, because this is your collective. This is your planet Earth. If we maintain and we continue in not acknowledging, not accepting, and not allowing the higher vibrational light teachings and light wisdoms, if you continue to bottleneck, if you continue to repress and gangstalk lightworkers, if you continue to hold back and sabotage lightworkers, if you continue to do what you're doing to lightworkers, there will be a very big mess. And there are big messes in little pockets. Gaia will start to rebound and react, because Gaia has her right. Gaia knows and is in contract with us as lightworkers. When there is a bottleneck of energy, of dark energy, and the light workers are here to transmute that energy, and we're here to teach the collective, we're here to bring the collective up to higher vibrational light so that none of these things have to happen. It's all 100% unnecessary. It's all 100% healable. But if the leaders are having these secret societies gang stalk and shadow ban your accounts, and shadow ban and gang stalk you and sabotage you and attack you and do voodoo work and root work, all of those things that suppress what is absolutely in God's plan just to move us along, there will absolutely be kickback, and it's not going to be pretty. And again, it's all healable. And the only ones that are accountable and blamable and responsible are the leaders. It will absolutely be 100% responsible for every program that they have done to suppress a light worker, to gang stalk and sabotage every secret society. Everybody will be responsible. Light workers are not flight risks. Light workers are not supposed to be put on watch lists. We are here to help the planet, and we are here giving light to the planet. We are help healing those that nobody knows what to do with. So you put us on a watch list. Guess who's watching you, big boys? Guess who's watching you?
Guess who's watching the big boys? Guess who's watching the big boys when they pay money to the secret societies and have the secret societies attack beautiful little light workers and beautiful little healers that sit in prayer all day long and write beautiful little, 10-page little journeys about how to help heal humanity. And these people put us on watch lists. Guess who's watching these little big boys? The watchers are watching the big boys. And who's the watchers? Who's the watchers? They're the beings that have been here from the very beginning of time and all creation of all life earth. And they are here to assure that God's plan moves forward. Everybody's being watched. What are you doing for your soul and what are you doing for your karma? Are you clearing it? Are you living as a spirit? Or are you surrendering to the intimidation and the bullying of other people's programs and agendas and stories of you? You don't have to play those characters. If you're a leader, level up. You've been watching my channel and you're meant to watch my channel. Why? Because you know that what I speak is truth and this is the way of New Earth. Liberation for all humanity. Be a part of the change. Start inspiring humanity to higher level of intelligent learnings and wisdoms. Start inspiring new education systems. Start inspiring new health systems because you will benefit. Your soul will benefit tenfold and God will meet you equal measure. And if, however, you choose not to and go in the negative ego arena and continue the Epstein programs of control, domination, degrading, dehumanization, human testing, human experimenting, and fooling humanity with different viruses and different vaccines and all the things that have been done to humanity. If you continue these low vibrational, numbing, dumbing programs, you absolutely will wear it on your soul and you will come back in the exact same experience. I am giving you a prediction of your future. You will move yourself into extinction. You will move yourself into self-implosion. You will move yourself into self-demise. There is only those two ways. You're either going to go in the positive way or you will go in the negative way. And the only way for you to choose is to neutralize yourself within the middle and give yourself that discussion with God. Mother, Father, Source, Creator, the higher self of me, the soul of me. For me to move in my highest and my best, what is it that I should do in this day? What is my part in this transaction? If you're not aligned with your higher self, and if you do not ask yourself that question every day, you should not be a leader. Do you want the birds to stop singing? Do you want the children to stop playing? Do you want the waters to stop running? Do you want life to stop giving birth? The planet will keep rumbling until you get these lessons, dear lighted ones. You are here on a spiritual journey, period. All that matters is your exploration, your expression, and your experience as being spirit. And every day harmonizing as the higher version of you as spirit in the higher self. Therefore, you activate your light body. You activate more and more yourself as light. And all the little things that you grew up in and all the timelines that you grew up in, whether it be religion or dogma, education or family, or whatever it is that you brought up in that put you in boxes and put you in little stores in the mall, that's fine. Accept it, acknowledge it, have that part as your story. But it's not all that you are. You're divine and you're sacred. It's up to each person to be accountable and responsible for their light from here on out. The only thing that matters is alignment with your higher self, period. And your higher self would never do or take part in what has been done. There would have never been a nuclear experience on our planet ever, and there never will be. If you're aligned with your higher self, you'll come up with inspirations and inventiveness that will not only help you, it will help the collective, and you'll also make money doing it. Nobody will ever be in poverty. Nobody will ever be sick with disease. And nobody will ever want to control anybody, and nobody will ever beat anybody or kill anybody. There will never be a need for guns. There will never be a need for drugs. Everybody will be healthy. Everybody will be aligned with spirit, and everybody will be orgasmic in their light alignment and in their harmonization, in their union with God. You would never need drugs. Politicians know how much the drugs bring their country. The government knows how many people are killed every day until it's one of their children. Then what are they going to say? They had nothing to do with it. When you allowed the drugs to come in because it just pushed up your economy? Because why? Why is the drug a part of economy? Why is trafficking a part of the economy? Why is selling children for money? Why is that a part of the economy? Why? Because everybody's disconnected. Nobody knows what's going on. There's no higher intelligence teachings. As I said in the very beginning, everything is healable. Who are you? And every leader is getting a wake-up call every day they get out of bed. Will you do the greater good? And will you align with 5D Earth? Because everybody's shifting out. And you cannot erase, you cannot hide, you cannot pretend something didn't happen. You cannot pretend that the decades of attacking on my life and sabotaging on my life did not occur. You cannot pretend that the people that have been killed did not occur. You cannot pretend that the sacrificing and mysterious deaths did not occur. Everybody in a leadership policing position, if you know abuse occurs, you know it occurs. Then do something. Your soul is calling you to act in positive integration of your higher self. Will you be a part of New Earth and a healthy timeline and a healthy body and healthy children or not? You cannot pretend that your deeds did not happen. They did. You cannot do erasing spells, memory spells, taking away the memory spells, confusing spells to make sure that the person you abuse doesn't remember that you abused them. You're just gaining more karma. You're going to gain more gum on the bottom of your feet and in your brain and in your emotional body and anything else that is you. It's not going to go anywhere until you clear it. You have to face what you have done. You have to face what you have done from the beliefs that you hold, low vibrational, from your no sense of self, from whatever beliefs and perspectives you hold. You have to heal those beliefs. That's not who you are. It's a store, and you can come out of that store. And the only way through is light and truth. Truth purifies, truth clarifies, truth brings light to your body. Truth brings light to your soul. Truth is that thing that shows you every day, I gotta make this right. So say it, speak it, be it. That is clearing your karma. Clearing your karma takes positive action. If you have done wrong to a certain sect of humanity and you know that you've been a part of these programs, you can change your life tomorrow by absolutely offering something to the collective that can help the collective and start clearing your karma for all of those deaths that you have caused. This is what responsible leaders should do that are choosing and willing to get into higher consciousness and higher light vibrations. It can be done no other way. Everybody chooses. You will never be given a light body, a working, functioning mind or brain, or body, or family or timeline, when all you do is egregiously target, hate, human test, human experiment in the very horrible things that have been done in elite soul harvesting. Whether the soul harvesting is done through the governments, whether the soul harvesting is done through big pharma, whether the soul harvesting is done through entertainment business, it's been done everywhere by everybody. And these leaders are shifting out. The last will be first and the first will be last. It has to, because they're not higher intelligent beings. There's no light in them. They're very wounded beings. Secret society abuse, covert occult abuse, you need to report it and keep a log. Because that's positive action that you're saying, I want an earth that is not with such things. I want an earth and see your earth, intend your earth, clarify your earth. Every day you wake up, it is safe. I get to express myself safely. Everybody gets to walk who they are safely. There is no interference. We are abiding by universal laws. This is New Earth. Everybody has a part. So again, aptitude and capacity, everybody has their own unique pacing for how they digest. Again, if you're eating 10 turkeys, your body has a certain level of digestive pacing and temperament. Some people can't even eat turkey. So this is, again, paying attention to your body and connecting with your higher self. What's my part in this transaction? You're going to get to know your temperament and your pacing. You know you can't eat meat. You know that you can't eat certain things. You know that you have a certain temperament on certain things. Everybody is going to be different. This is why, again, you can then look to the collective and say, wow, there's so much opportunity because everybody's going to be different at their DNA allocations. There are going to be so many different opportunities for healing, so many different opportunities for being leaders, so many different opportunities to be healers, teachers, and leaders. Everybody's going to be needed. It's going to be so diverse. But if you look to it now, no, everybody's got to fit into one style of healing. No, it can't be. The children do not fit in big pharma healing. I don't fit in big pharma healing. No, because I'm a hybrid being. I'm higher consciousness. I'm light. I'm not going to fit there. My body will change the constituents of any medicine you give me. I haven't taken medicine in about 15 years. Don't need it. I've trained my body not to need it. So again, you choose. This is my reality. As my name is, I am. Nobody has right over that. Nobody's going to tell me I'm going to have a disease. No, fuck you. You have your disease. That's your story. Get the hell out. Even you intending it on me, you're giving yourself karma. Are you sure you want to put my name in your mouth? I'm asking everybody this from now on. Are you sure you want my name in your mouth unless it is for good and greater good of the all? Be very sure. The teams have been showing everybody, and everybody sees the ripples of creation pulling out karma. Be very sure of my name in your mouth and what that sentence is going to complete with. Everybody's been told. Just saying, there's certain people you can't put our names in your mouth. And be very sure again what that sentence is going to be inclusive of. Because I offer codes. My codes are inclusive of love and light. My codes are inclusive of unity and oneness. My codes are inclusive of I want the best for you. Are you sure you want to do that? I'm a divine feminine. I know who I am. That scares a lot of people sitting in their misogyny. That's not my problem. Go heal. You might want to be healed in a year from now if you choose. You don't have to sit in misogyny. I'm just saying. Why you will find it most advantageous to keep refining your space, your intake, again, what you eat, what you take, clean out your fridge, clean out the spaces in your homes, donate, change up your wardrobe, change up the foods you eat, change up the people you hang around, your tribe. Again, if people hurt you, if people steal from you and take from you, if you are the one always giving, they're not your tribe. Those are karmic people harvesting off of you. Operating in light is a choice. The keys of light are, these are going to be the new keys, the new key codes for new systems. And this is where everybody's going to be needed. Operating as light is a choice, and these are the new keys. It will be all of sound and frequency because all of creation is frequency. Remember, thank you, Holy Spirit. All of creation is a harmonic of God. Your highest vibrational 13th dimensional version of you when God first breathed you was a song. Therefore, thus then, as we return and integrate back to light, everything from here on out in 5D energies will be vibrational songs and frequencies. So how are you playing with sound and frequency? How are the frequencies that you're hearing and connecting with synchronistically or intentional? If you're working with your teams, you're doing your Ascension path work, it's going to be intentional. For example, going and listening to a cetacean whale audio sound. And how does that make you feel? And then log it and think about it and ponder it and then ask your teams and do some reflection work. See what visions do you get working with cetacean sound music. Binaural beats, and do the same thing. That's doing your path work. Nature sounds, water sounds. All of these things are frequencies that hold coding, releasing of density, and realigning you back to the original version of you in the very center. It's you and God. It's pure sound. It's pure harmonics. Every new ascension cycle, you're given new octaves to work within. The omnipresent, the substrates. It's all quantum energy. The quantum fishbowl you've just been popped within is a new quantum fishbowl. If you go, I can't remember what the video is. I think 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Cryon did a channel, I think, and he talked about the fishbowl. I can't even remember what it's called. He talked about it for a couple of minutes about, and also he had an analogy a long time ago about the furniture in your room. We're having more impact on the matter. Every person that awakens on the planet, we're having more activity and more encompassment, more harmonization with the substrates, plus all of our multiverse systems of light teams, the galactic teams, the galactic federations, all of creation is improving, enhancing, being uplifted by harmonics, higher light codes. All of creation. The 8th dimensional Pleiadians are becoming 9th dimensional. The 5th dimensional Lyrians are becoming 6th dimensional. The 5th dimensional Arcturians are becoming 6th dimensional. All of the galactic, all of the multiverse is being upgraded. Therefore, thus then we are. The substrates will continue getting greater refinement in light. Therefore, thus then, as we just said a minute ago, if we don't get on our bandwagon of light, new systems, new systems, new systems, then it will show very, very rapidly of the kickback of Gaia, back of the kickback of the collective, and then again, Mother, Father, God will come in and force those changes. Because you cannot force humanity to stay stuck in domination and control. When the light on the outside of the water tank, if you will, the fish tank, the light in the water is so much more, the fish has to adapt. The body, the DNA wants to adapt to higher light, but it's being offered low vibrational substrates. So you have to take yourself out of the substrate. Move. Get out. Get yourself into nature. Even if you have to live in your car, get yourself out of your abusive environments. Get out. They're toxic, they're destructive, they degrade you, they hurt your body, they hurt your mind, they hurt your soul. There's no light moving, nobody in there is moving with light. It's all negative intentions. Get out. You are slowly killing yourself. And especially if they're in human programs. That's just a given. Luckily, I got out and I was, my teams pulled me out. My team said the only...
they said to me one day, I was just giving them so much appreciation. I said, I'm so appreciative for all that you've done to me, Mao. I've seen what you've done for me. You've saved me so many times. And they said, Joanna, it was you saved you. Your higher self did. You could have still been living in those environments and putting up with those people, but you said no. So cut your losses and get out. Your justice is you being liberated in your divine higher self. You're going to be met with higher vibrational soul tribe. You're going to be met with a higher vibrational soulmate that's going to love you, that would never do spell work on you, that would never abuse you, that would never steal your money. That's not a tribe. They're thieves. Anybody harvesting off you is a thief. They don't want to do their work. They don't want to face who they are. So leave. Don't be somebody's harvesting agent. Don't be somebody's battery source. Government or not. Don't be it. Say, no, I'm not doing this. This is ridiculous. So from here on out, the highest level of healing and integration and alignment we have will be with sound, because that's how we were first breathed. We're moving higher and higher in the purity and the alignment of who we are. Purity of alignment is our sound, our frequency. You'll be known by your light. Play with new healing modalities. Remember, the omnipresent all around you is being birthed new every day. The omnipresent substrates change every day. Every day. This is why I said again, the more that people like myself are held back, the more that we are suppressed, the more that our channels are shadow banned, it means it's going to be a bigger kickback. And those people that have been doing so are going to have bigger karma. YouTube corruption. Anybody shadow banning a light worker, they're going to have kickback, higher and higher kickback. They will be held back. They will be sabotaged themselves. Because it's going against God's natural plan of evolution for all of humanity. All of humanity needs my teachings. Humanity has asked for higher light, intelligent teachings. I'm here. Why am I not being seen? Why does one day my video get 1,500 views and the next day it gets 80? Go look at all of the YouTube postings. I've posted screenshots. Somebody do the investigation on this and follow the money, follow the IP addresses, follow who is doing the management of my YouTube channel. And there will be criminal charges placed against you. It is a liberation, a freedom of expression. I'm offering higher vibrational light teachings for all humanity of how to heal, how to be their higher light selves, how to not fall into human testing programs and control programs. Why am I not being seen? My videos should be getting 1,500 to 3,000 views a day. They're not. Ever. 7 years has been at 0. I want compensation and I want my channels opened. You want to clear your karma? That's what you do. If you've caused a lot of ill for people, if you've caused a lot of pain for people, if you've suppressed people, that's how you clear your karma. By ensuring that whatever abuses are going on, you're going to make sure that you're bringing it forward. Do something about it. There's only so much that one divine feminine can do and the rest of the collective is doing nothing. No, you got to do the work. Show Creator, show Mother, Father, God, show Source Creator, show your celestial teams. You want to be a part of New Earth, equal measure. Celestials aren't going to come and save you. You have to do the work and say, no, this is my New Earth. The children will not be raped and sold. This is my New Earth. No, we're going to share the light workers. Light workers will not be stalked. Light workers are going to be lifted and they will be protected. That's how leaders should come forward. No, we're going to protect the higher intelligent beings on this planet. Why? Well, because it's a win-win. What you're doing is a lose-lose. That's how you know leaders are low vibrational and low intelligent, because they always come up with lose-lose programs. It only serves them. And then again, if you still draw it out on their lose-lose programs, they will still end up losing. They might have a big bank account, but they will be lost souls. They will never come back into a light timeline. They will never come back into a light body. They will never have a light path with Mother, Father, God. They will not be a part of the heavenly programs. And if that's okay with them, if they don't care about not having eternal life, they will never come back into higher evolutionary timelines, whether it be a 6D Pleiadian lifetime or a 5D Arcturian lifetime. If they do not ever want to evolve and they want to stay 3D for the rest of eternity, and in the dark realms, that's where they will stay. They will never evolve. This is the lesson I'm trying to get to everybody. This is the lifetime where you have to clear 51% of your timeline karma. You're not going to get another timeline to do this. This is it. If you don't clear your karma, you cannot come into another evolved body. You didn't earn it. You cannot go into a light body when your consciousness is dark as fuck. And all you want to do is take, rape, and steal because you haven't healed your wounds. You will not evolve into an ascended body And I will be talking to my teachers and my healers about something that I was shown recently that it's only for those advanced souls. And I will disclose this to them later in a class because they pay for my teachings. And only those that are teachers, healers, and leaders will get this information. God will not give you a sacred body if all you have done is abuse others or yourself, period. You will not have other opportunities to ascend. This is the timeline for ascension. Everybody chooses. That's why I said it's kind of important that my channel open up. And do these people really know? If they really know the darkness and the densities they lay upon their soul by doing stupid ass things that they don't have to do, black magic and secret society abuse, do you absolutely know what you do when you do a sacrifice? Do you know what you are nailing the coffin every time you do this? Because of your utterly wrong, Luciferian satanic beliefs. That you think you give power to yourself by killing somebody or swapping a destiny. All of these voodooist, dark occult practices in 5D, they will all bounce back, kick back, fire back right to you. Do you honestly understand what you're doing to your lineage? You are going to curse your lineage for the rest of all time. Secret society abuse, do you understand what you are doing for the rest of all time? You will never incarnate to a higher light timeline, ever. Perhaps you heal now and stop practicing dark occult practices. If you're obsessed with magic, you have a problem you need to heal because you're doing nothing but cursing yourself. People like myself will never be sacrificed. Why? Because we serve the multiverse. We serve different planets. We serve all generations. We are linked to every timeline. We are linked to every aspect of hybridization that needs to move forward in ascension. And God is the writer. Perhaps the leaders of planets and perhaps the leaders of people and perhaps the leaders of churches, perhaps they sit down and they actually take out a piece of paper and they draw it out. How you limit, how you suppress, how you repress is a lose-lose. Because it will wear on your soul, and in the greater good of God, would never tell you to suppress any target, attack, stalk, impale with spell work or sacrifice, and you will be sequestered to your equal dimension of darkness and Epstein Earth. You choose. I'm only bringing you truth. You want to target me for that? You're triggered because I'm giving you truth and I'm showing you that what you've created is a whole lot of cursing for your whole lineage and you will never be abundant in any way. Why? Because you've lost your divinity. And your divinity is God's abundance in all way. Why? Because God provides you what? Eternal life. Eternal love and song. Eternal light. And when you stalk and kill and rape and traffic and suppress and attack lightworkers and any sacred life, you're cursing yourself equally and you've lost your divinity. And I'm telling you right now, there ain't no Satan, there ain't no Lucifer that will ever give you anything. Why? Because they are the teachers and the lessons of giving your power away they take. These are very simple laws of the universe. Look up quantum mechanics. Look up quantum healing. Look up who you are as a quantum being. God is all things that are science. What you put out is coming back. What you put out is wearing on your soul, and it doesn't go anywhere until you clear it. How do you clear it? Truth, love, compassion, and forgiveness, doing the daily ascension work. Share my channel. It's needed, bravely. The like minds that will offer you gifts and share and explore. Remember the 3 E's. That's all your soul cares about. When you pass over, when you move on, every day you get up and every day you go to bed. Was I in alignment of my 3 E's? How can I be more expressive tomorrow? How can I be more exploratory tomorrow? How can I be more experiential with God tomorrow? Everything is spirit, all spirit, all spirit. Are you in alignment? Are you connecting? Do you have a relationship? This is creating new subterranes because, again, we said that the substrates are higher. When the substrates are higher, that means everybody that's in alignment with their higher selves and higher substrates, if they're processing and integrating and having a higher capacity for light, guess what? We create new substrates. We're having more absolute honor with the matter form. So they were showing me that the higher in light that we are, and why we said in our other video, when you reach 5D and higher, you're actually creating higher vibrational earth matter form. So we actually create more land. That's what light does. And those of us that have great alchemy with land, and why we have to take so much time in preparing our souls for alchemy in all of the various elements of alchemy, because it has to be done with the highest level of integrity with Gaia. It's a contract that you have with Gaia. And so part of the healing sessions and the alignment sessions that I do is you get to tap into, and along with the systems of light that you come with, because remember, our Gaia soul's blueprint is connected with all of our galaxy. Gaia has a blueprint with Pleiades. Gaia has a blueprint with Sirius. Gaia has a blueprint with Arcturus. That's why those of us that come forward with the interfacing of those galactic frequencies and galactic channels and the systems of light, we help offer those informations and codes to the biosphere, to the people in the collective, because I'm helping activate your DNA to higher substrates. We therefore get to create subterranes. So mark that down and go look it up. Everything is energy, and everything within your new vocations will be all energy based and will be energy focused. And again, you choose in any one moment. If you're having a trigger come up, you know that it's a negative, then you neutralize it and you come into a positive. Again, you're the one that's going to be working with your demons and your devils. You can choose to work with energy in a negative way. That's God's gift to you as a multiverse being. Those people that choose to do it over and over again, they're not heeding spirit, they're not heeding the warnings, they're not heeding the 800 videos that say stop doing what you're doing, then that's when God will shift you on God's own, because God is the higher self of every human, whether they think they're an atheist or not. And you will manifest yourself out, be it an accident, be it an earthquake, whatever you want. You can have an earthquake and the person next to you have no earthquake. Because we're multidimensional, you're in two different dimensions. There's an infinite number of Earths. You choose which one you're going to be on. You do shitty things to people, you're going to have a shitty experience. That's just a plain quantum mechanics. Do the mechanics of it. Ain't no spell going to protect you. Everybody's been told, alter course. You don't alter course, you don't have anybody to blame for where you're at. Let go, and again, clutch to nothing. You don't need to manage anyone or anything. Let go. If you're surrendering to your higher self every day, your higher self will ensure that you are fed and nourished by the body of light that you incorporate, and your harmonization of how you honor and move into higher aptitude and capacity of processing light. Again, we're going to be digesting more light. Are you preparing yourself? So again, don't eat really heavy foods, because the heavier foods you have in your body, it's harder to digest light. You want to be of higher light capacity. Again, changing how you're nourished, right? You get to choose that rule. No, I'm nourished by higher vibrational food. I'm nourished by higher water consciousness food. And I want to be around higher vibrational people. I want to be nourished. I want my mind to be nourished. I want a higher vibrational mind. I want to start reading more books. I want to start exploring more, experiencing more, expressing more. You're in charge of your 3 E's. And your higher self is guiding you every step of the way. Again, along with the sounds, because that's how we were first breathed. We are harmonic sound. My vibration carries sound, right? That's why when I do my healing sessions and I do my channeling, I always use sound, singing tones, angelic tones, and light language, because it's how we normally are as beings and species of light. Breathwork, practicing different levels of breathwork. There are lots of videos online about breathwork and how to activate spiritual alignment, harmonious alignment, heavenly alignment. There's lots of different sounds that you can practice, and it allows you greater fluidity of movement. So again, moving your body with breathwork, moving your body with sounds and higher vibrational sounds that work for you. Play with the sounds, because again, every ascension cycle, you might be going through a cetacean healing period. So you might want healing sounds of the cetaceans. The next cycle might be insectoids, so you might want nature sounds. So again, that's why it's important to know your ascension pathwork and to work with it intimately with your teams, because you'll be guided, right? Your teams will say, why don't you try nature sounds? Why don't you go to a butterfly, world where they have butterflies, and start learning about insects and all those beautiful things that we're a part of. It's all a part of us. We're all one. This is why, again, we have to start in creating new systems of higher light intelligence. It's going to be so profound, the momentum, and we're going to just move forward so, and it's not a race or anything, but it's like, wow, there has been a bottleneck. I did a couple of videos about 3 years ago about the bottleneck, because of all these purposeful programs that suppress humanity. They're being moved out all the time. The people that do the most egregious programs and agendas, they're being moved out every day. They're manifesting their own karma. And therefore, that's then those of us that are true light leaders and true light inspirators of the highest light wisdoms, that we've been trained with Lord Metatron, we've been trained with Lord Michael, we've been trained with the highest versions of the collectives of light, 13th dimensional creators, the legions of angelics that work for balancing on all planetary experiences in this one universe. There's infinite planets in our universe. And every planet has its own level of inertia and symbiosis of balance. That's why it's so important we learn these universal laws. They're very, very important to all of creation. If this one planet is hugely out of balance, which we have been, Divine Feminine has been erased for 3,000 years. We're highly unbalanced. We should not have 8 billion people on our planet and 5 billion of those people in poverty, not eating. That shows you the planet is imbalanced. Divine masculines have no idea about their divine feminine energies. Most percentage of men on the planet, the systems that have been made by men on the planet, the systems that have been run by men on the planet, they're not healed. There is a grave imbalance. And that sparks red flags. That's why the legions are with us every day, working with our ascension. It's not above your knowledge. You got it. You're getting more than you think you know, really. Remember, Christ consciousness codes is even if you just listen and just sit back and do breath work, you're getting what you need. And then tomorrow when you wake up and you love yourself and you honor yourself and you go have a bath and you integrate the codes and you integrate light and say, I'm getting this, you're moving the energy every day. That's why people that have been listening to me for 17 years, they're going to come back and they're going to listen to a radio show. They're going to come back and they're going to listen to a podcast. They're going to come back and they're going to look at an illustration. They're going to come back and they're going to maybe practice a few things every day. You'll be surprised at small, profound shifts to have the biggest actions in your life and the biggest response. When you choose to love yourself instead of negating yourself, when you choose to speak up for yourself instead of letting someone abuse you, those things have profound action and God's going to move you. You're shifted to a new reality every time you wake up. You choose what reality. So just know, Christ consciousness is light. It moves through your divine multidimensional bodies, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I'm sending beautiful, loving light to your spiritual field right now. When you're outside in your patio and you're sitting on the grass, you can have those codes move in and out of all the densities if you so it just with your intention. Again, you're responsible for the 3 E's. I'm going to be intentional and I'm directing light and with my breath. Intention, direction, and focus. You're fully in control, so start living and acknowledging yourself as godly because you are. You are an energy being, and all that you are living within is an energy experience. Remember that fish tank. You are the water in the fish tank is you as well as the fish. You're adapting to new water. You're adapting to new omnipresent fields, and it's going to accelerate every day. So this is what they're saying. They said to me earlier, your ascension symptoms will be equal to where the blocks are. You are being activated within and without, and the symptoms will be equal and correlating to where your blockages are or any area of focus that needs healing, care, love, and acceptance. Remember, if you're having lots of headaches, then you need to release some things in your mental body. And then if you want to book a healing session with me, so book a healing session. I can't see your little red thing there. I don't know what that is. Following your joy is so important to vibrational alignment. This is why all the channelers and all light people that are aligned, they speak of it all the time. You know you're spiritually aligned. You know you're in your soul's passion when you're aligning with your daily joy. What will bring me joy right now? Follow your joy. That will be consistent to every person that is aligned as a light teacher. Follow your joy. What's bringing you joy? Going to have a bath, doing some drawing, singing, dancing in my yard, whatever brings you joy. As long as you're not naked, because it might upset your neighbor. I don't mind dancing naked, but your neighbor might. Be loving in who you are as your abundant, glorious self, but your neighbor might get a little pissed. Thank you, sweetheart. You're getting more than you know. Your teams are saying relax. Just allow it. So again, we're being activated. We're being we, as again, my throat chakra is activating right now. You are being activated into a higher light octave. So write this down. Higher octave equals higher light living. Means that the water is affected by light. When you have a bath and you're intending, I'm going to cleanse and detoxify my body, and I'm going to have Himalayan salts, and I'm going to work in this way, right? Then you're intending it. Woo. Out you go. Out you go. Out you go. Hello. Hello, little insect. Let me get my window open for the little insect. You know what he's looking for? They're looking for my drink. Oh, get out. Get out, get out, get out. You know what? There's a bee in here. The bee's gonna stay. Where are you gonna go, bee? Where you wanna go? There you go. Now by the time I close my window, he's gonna come in this other window. Quick, put up the windows! The bee smells my pretty little drink. The bees get a little aggressive at this time of year. End of August. Oh my God. There's the bee. Come on, bee. Come on, bee. Out you go. Out you go. Out you go. Come on, bee. Let's get through this. I won't bug the bee, and the bee won't bug me. Out you go, bee. So we're going into a higher octave of light. Following your joy is going to be so important. Trust what your body is showing you and telling you. Your body is so intelligent. Your body is hugely intelligent, so trust what your body's telling you. If your body said this doesn't feel good, or if you're getting, one thing when you're getting higher crystalline light and your crystalline body is being activated, you're going to know now what food is okay and what you have to cut out of your diet. You'll know an hour. So pay attention to how your body feels, especially your children of crystalline, your hybrid children, your empathic kids. Watch them when they feel upset and they feel groggy and they feel lethargic after certain foods. Stop feeding them those foods, especially a lot of packaged stuff, right? And get them used to listening to their body. Say, how do you feel when we're eating this? Like, tell me how you feel, right? You want to have them to be higher caretakers of their body too. Okay, now go. There we go. Go, 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 go. Go, there we go. Now the bee's out. Quickly, close the window. Close the window. I love you, bees, but you gotta go. Love you, bees, but you gotta go. So you are a big energy being. You're gonna become bigger and bigger and bigger. As you integrate your soul fragments, your energy field gets bigger. This field that you exist within gets bigger, brighter, and clearer. So that's soul integration. When I carry a big energy, when I had my personal client meeting, when I walked in the house, their bodies biophysically started to interact with my energy. So this is where when we do healings and clearings, we do certain things as trained people, as prepared people. This is why we go through so many initiations with only our higher self and our teams, because somebody like myself that has so much of my DNA activated, right? My DNA allocation where I'm at, God, and I tell my teams too, I say to Spirit, please bring me a client that I can work with in this new DNA allocation. Because that person might need an insectoid activation. Because I've just had that insectoid activation. That's why you just trust God. God has a plan. Again, if the collective is asking for it, you are the answer. So as I had my client session, and there was parts of that client session where they did have timelines with amphibious. So we talked about that and we cleared up some energy. So God knows what God's doing. You just got to say, trust God. This is why, again, that when you're working in the dark occult practice and you're not aligned with your higher self, those higher self interactions that God is sending you as a part of your soul's journey, as a part of your healing, as a part of your blessing, as a part of your gift, you're not going to get that because you're working in the negative and you're going against God's plan. It's part of your soul's journey. Don't judge yourself. But you're not getting the blessings. You're not getting aligned. You're not getting the light. You're not being gifted. You're not activating your DNA. You're doing so much harm to what you could be doing. That's okay. You don't have to. It's 100% unnecessary. If you want an eternal life, if you want to live in light, if you want to have a light body, if you want to have a light timeline, if you want to have a good soulmate, all of those things, you don't need to do spell work. You don't need to do anything that has been done. It's unnecessary. All of the programs of control and domination and hurting and harming and dark occult practices, secret society practices, is not necessary. You're missing your blessings. You're missing the healing. You're missing your next timeline. You're missing all the abundance you can love and earn when you're following your joy. I guarantee you right now, everybody that is in a secret society that thinks that that's their joy, they're absolutely not following their soul's blueprint. I guarantee you that. It's not their soul's blueprint to be a secret society head honcho hitman. That's not their soul's blueprint. I'm telling you that right now. And same too with any leader that thinks that what they're doing and giving to humanity is a thing. No, it's not. It's not your soul's blueprint. You're misaligned.
You're not getting it. But that's okay. Start there and work forward, right? So again, we're entering a higher octave. Follow your joy is so important. Spending more time in nature so that you can reactivate yourself again. Nature reactivates you. Nature helps assimilate your inner natural body. Again, always go back to the natural order. Is this in natural order? Am I going against my natural order? Am I going against God's plan? If it doesn't feel good, you're going against the natural order. Going with the order feels good. It feels joyful. It feels the 3 E's. That's how you know. What is my part in this transaction? Does it feel good, or are you going against natural order? Does it feel the 3 E's, or is it goes against natural order? If you're harming humanity and human testing, that's going against God's natural order. You're not a part of God's plan. You're actually going against God's plan. Epstein agendas are human manifestations of how we have given our power away. It serves a purpose. It is the negative catalyst. It's a human manifestation. COVID was a human manifestation. It wasn't God's manifestation. It was humans' manifestations of how much we have given our power away and what level of greed and power and manipulation do certain people have in our society. And it will be proven that these people did a very, very unconscionable thing. They know who they are and they know what they did. And they will never release that karma until they fix what they did. And coming up with new viruses and coming up with new releases and coming up with new things that they just leak into the collective to see how the collective will manifest healing beyond it. Those are absolute power control domination issues. And humanity will manifest how much of your power are you giving away. The more that humanity awakens and reclaims its power, the more that humanity awakens and clears and cleanses its consciousness and raises its consciousness, nothing ever will affect you. There will never be a disease. There will never be an outbreak. There will never be anything. And there are certain powers that be, unfortunately, but they will be shown very easily. And this is why I told you your discernment of lower, middle, and upper. There will be those in leadership that will absolutely be against this and target those people like myself that speak like this. And they will pay people in secret societies to target me because they benefit off of using humanity and harvesting off of humanity. They benefit off of humanity being sick. They benefit from the drugs and the vaccines and the viruses. Go look up who makes the money on the vaccines. It doesn't matter because there's lots of different vaccines on the COVID. Who made the money on all the vaccines? And then go look at the very first distribution on what occurred when the COVID first broke out. Look at the correlation. Look at the correlation on big pharma companies and vaccines. And then do a backstory on everybody that's involved in those big pharma companies. What are the names involved? Who are they? There's always a correlation. They have zero intentions and motives of humanity healing. There's diseases infused into humanity so there can be money made on vaccines, and they can be money made on bringing fear and we don't have any control of our bodies and our health. We absolutely do. Who are you listening to? These low vibrational reptilian losers that like to make money off everything that humanity has a fear about? No, reclaim your power and clear that fear. Nobody has power over your health and your healing. And you are a higher dimensional, higher vibrational being of higher intelligence. When you start being of higher intelligence, nothing can harm you. Why? Because you've called judgment on it. That has no power over me. I call judgment. And you will not touch me, and you will not take any part of me. And you think that because you have all the resources and because you have all the power and because you this and because you that, and you're trying to do everything you can to stalk, target, and spy on me, and then do testing on everybody that I'm involved with and around because you want some sort of power to see how and why and where I am that I am, and can you make a weapon out of me? Or can you clone me, and can you doctor me and have some dark force-ass dumbass think that they're going to be me and they're not me at all? Why? Because I'm about 900 lifetimes rich in the training and the aptitude of who I am as Christ light. And I don't come from here. You can't clone me. You can't make another copy of me. Why? Because you don't get it. You're not God. Anybody that works in cloning programs, you're not getting it. Any work that's brain chip programs, you're not getting it. You're not aligned with your higher self, your programs will fail. Why? Because the highest level of aligned intelligence is your light with your higher self. Your higher self would never tell you to do those things. It's underworld. And it's very low vibrational, disconnected darkness. You're not connected with your higher self on any level. It's a human manifestation of darkness. So therefore, then it will show itself away. If humanity chooses never to take pharmaceuticals ever again, we can choose that as a collective and say, no, we're going to bring in light. We're going to connect with our godliness. Your godliness connection will never allow you to get another disease. You will manifest an entirely light-healed body. When you are entirely in your light form, you will never get another disease. And why lightworkers get targeted? Because we teach people to be in power of who they are as light. We teach people that what truly is God, what is being godly all about? It is divine masculine, true empowerment of your Metatronic allness. And you can transcend anything if you so choose. It's not about somebody sitting in a church or wearing a robe of a certain color. That's a store you go into and you can walk out of. God's much bigger. Are you ready to grow up now? Share my channel. Share my videos. The world's, in our experience at this time of any manifestation that anybody creates in their world, all of the worlds of earth, they require higher intelligent light learning. And it's been very purposeful for those that have been the ones shadow banning my channel. I want somebody to do an investigation. Who has shadow banned my channel? Follow the money. It's against universal laws. You're going to get karma, and you've been told. It's against my human laws, you've been told. And you are suppressing millions of people that could be getting my healings and my teachings now that can help them not go off and have a psychosis break tomorrow and hurt somebody. And all the leaders have to wear this on their soul. God's plan is God's plan, and ain't nobody in 3D going to step on it. You've tried playing God for a little while, it ain't working, and you're going to throw yourself right back into a dark timeline, and you're going to curse your lineage forever. Is that really what you want? Or perhaps you grow up. Perhaps you stop being a bully in the playground, because that's what you are. Anybody that creates nuclear warfare, anybody that talks like Putin does, anybody that talks like the leaders do when they're trying to suppress and target innocent little healers that are living in poverty in their car. How dare you? And what would you tell their children? What would you tell your children? Would you tell your children that I went crazy and I killed myself? That's probably what you would have told them. You had it worked out in your secret little file. Well, guess what? These children are actually angels on earth, and every one of them, even the ones that are born to you. And they'll make sure somehow, some way that your karma will be. So I ask you once again, is your lose-lose agenda, is it so worth it to you to stand down and surrender your misogyny and your Epstein-like power and control because you're running society into hell? And you have to wear that on your soul. I want you to draw it out. In any way that you interfere, in any way that you bring off balance to anybody or anything, nature, animal, or spirit, you absolutely will have it bounce back, and it's coming back quick because we're accelerating. So be very sure about the names you have in your mouth and what you're paying to have them targeted. Doesn't matter how sneaky your little program is, whether it be with needles, whether it be with experiments, whether it be with a random testing. It doesn't matter how sneaky and shady ass your schemes and your plots are. Make sure from here on out, and I'm telling you with great warning and great prediction, you're going to have karma tenfold upon tenfold upon tenfold. Any task, tactic, scheme, or plot that you do so with my name in it. And that's a surety. That's written in stone. Be very sure. And perhaps you want to heal the ego and your misogyny and your wounds within you. Just because a divine feminine has higher light intelligence, and I'm not sitting down, I'm not going anywhere, and I will have a conversation with anybody of the highest light that sits before me, and God will show me and allow me to see and say what needs to be seen and said. And I will say it because I'm a conduit, that's my interface, and God says this needs to be seen and said, say it. There's corrupt things going on planet Earth. These people have been in leadership. They shouldn't be in leadership. Bring them down. Because why? Because we've been in delay for too long. The people making money keep making money, and the people in poverty keep dying and keep being in poverty. And light workers like myself are being shadow banned. Everybody will wear their karma. They're not getting out of it. And I'm going to keep getting younger. I'm going to keep getting lighter, and I'm going to keep coming back and speaking, this platform or other platforms. And people will come by the millions to hear me and sit with me. So you either open up my channel or it will come some other way and God will make it happen. There ain't nothing God can't do. And the legions are working overtime because to them it's nothing, just in a breath, just like that. They can manifest something to bring something down. So you all choose. You all choose your win-win outcome or your lose-lose outcome. It's up to you. I've been predicting this for a while. You're sitting in the middle of the storm. There's only one way out. But good luck with that. We are all shifting because the substrates are shifting. We are all shifting at a molecular level, and how the process of ascension is very precise, very dynamic, and very majestic. And it's your connection, your harmonization, your union with one, your higher self, your light body. And it will be everything for you to access your greater love of you, your greater love of your body, your greater love of your mind, your greater love of your spirit, and your greater love of your soul. Why? Again, who are you? What do you exist in? What's going on within you? And you will now see higher whats, hows, and whys of how you feel and why you feel what you feel. The astounding ways that activations will take place. Because again, remember, you're going to get activated physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. All of those activations help you become greater light. It's a perfect working system. We've just never been told about this perfect working system. And this is why religions don't teach this to you, because religions don't teach you about becoming the masterly godly, right? They want you to be in subjugation of a God being outside of you and separate from you, so they can maintain power and control over you. But again, it's utter misknowledge. It's utter low vibrational. It's just wrong guidance. It was okay for 3D lower vibrational malls, but we want to go into a better mall now. Again, everything is the quantum mechanics of how you are moving through all creation, because all creation is changing in light, all creation is changing in new songs. There is greater allowance and greater consciousness factor. As one human awakens in their consciousness, it affects the whole. That means the substrates and the water of the whole is being changed and altered. Again, remember, the one affects the all. Any imbalance will be seen and as well as any restrictions that hold your spirit back. So again, you're going to know right away somebody standing next to you if they hold a really big restrictive energy, or they're holding a lot of darkness in their energy, and then you just move away. So listen to your body. Your body will always tell you the energy. Because why? Because you have multidimensional fields. Right? Your body talks to you. Why do you think your body talks to you? Because you have fields that are interacting with their fields. So just train yourself to feel the vibration of what's going on. Your body is very intelligent. Just as the physical Arcturians, again, so everything that we're moving in light in the higher octave will assist us in becoming higher vibrational beings, just as the fifth dimensional Arcturians affect the third dimensional Lyrans, or the fourth dimensional Lyrans, or the fifth dimensional Lyrans. Everybody affects the whole in our galaxy. It will affect how we operate, how we see things, and a higher perspective will always be birthed. It's up to you. I want to see a higher perspective of what's going on. I want to move into a higher perspective. Your higher self is the higher perspective. It will show you, is this aligned with your highest joy, or is it not aligned with your highest joy? There is always going to be a correlation with energy. Energy always shows you its correlation. Why? Because it's always the infinity. It's always the negative, the neutral, and the positive. And then you get to seek out within yourself based on your consciousness level. If you have a low consciousness level, you'll see that equal consciousness. That's why it's always beneficial to you working on your consciousness. Again, doing your daily path work. When you're living intentionally, you get to direct, intend, and focus your creational reality. That's how we create. It's a quantum experience, a quantum equation. Anything that is out of alignment in the sacred trinity, then those energies come in to help out. So if we're misaligned on earth here, the heavens and all of the energies come in to help out and realign those energies. And that's why there are people that do step in on behalf of me and other light workers that are here to move the collective along. We come with legions because we are here to move the collective along. And if we're being stopped, blocked, and sabotaged every step we make forward, and our income is being sabotaged, and we don't get to heal, and we don't get to do our thing because there's other people that think they're playing God over us, then absolutely the legions and all that God brings forward is going to step in. God's plan of ascension is not going to stop. The multiverse ascension isn't going to stop for one secret society that don't like me. Okay, so how about you heal? How about you heal, and how about you just get healed? Right? Because your karma is going to come back. It's not going to go anywhere. Your karma is still going to be your karma. You still have to work on your wounds. Whether it's me or another light worker saying the same thing a day from now. You're still going to have your wounds. You're still going to have to work on it. You're still going to have to clear your karma. You're just prolonging the inevitable. You're going to be turned back right to the very same spot. You're still going to have your karma. You're still going to have your wounds. Doesn't matter how many spells you do. You're still going to have karma. You're still going to have more karma. Have more wounds. Draw out. You
going to do sacrifices and pay secret societies $100,000 to take me out, you're still going to have more and more karma of 100,000 worth. And then on top of that, everybody that's not being touched by my light and by my energy. So draw that out. Is that going to serve you? Just saying. So we're going to do a different video another time, because there is a really cool channel that I got about the higher self and higher vibrational consciousness. It was really cool, because I was asking the ninth dimensional Octaves, I said, what does your higher self look like? And so they were saying, well, because you're in a physical body, you have a higher self that is guiding you up to be a full light body. That full light body is what they live in all the time as a ninth dimensional collective. Their whole collective is nothing but just an energy song. So they were showing me that their higher self is like a collective soul. So that collective soul says, because I said, well, if you are a collective soul, like my higher self, if my higher self wants to connect with my Lyran, I can just intend that Lyran counterpart. I say, okay, can I channel my Lyran counterpart then in 5D? So that Lyran counterpart would come to me as that string. It's like making the phone call, right? That line of energy goes up to Lyra. My higher self sends that Lyran connection in that same second. This is why multidimensional communication is everything. Because all I have to do is send the intention, and that Lyran has it right now. Why? Because I'm working through my higher self. So their soul is like that. It's like a soul. Their higher self is a soul body. And that's because I said, well, if the ninth dimensional Octavians wanted to talk to a fifth dimensional like a humanoid, if you will, because there's lots of different matter bodies on Lyra. So we'll just say humanoid. If the ninth dimensional Arcturians want to talk to a fifth dimensional humanoid on Lyra, what does that look like? Because I use my higher self. So they said their soul body sends out the vibration like a song, right? Little points on a song. So they send out little points on the song. And because Arcturians have lifetimes in all planets, they might choose a person in the human form just to connect with that person's higher self. Because in 5D, you're just 24/7 with your higher self. You don't have to align, you don't have to meditate, you don't have to ask. You're just always with your higher self. That's how come now every time I do a video, I'm more and more connected with my higher self. I don't have to go into meditation. I'm just speaking as my channel. I don't have to go into meditation. I'm always with my higher self, right? So that in that 5D experience, the Arcturians just put out that immediate attention right now, and all of a sudden that phone line is picked up because they're in their higher self. 5D is the higher self. Whereas us, when we sit and channel, many of the channels will sit and we'll prepare, right? We'll sit in our meditation, we'll call in the beings, and we'll prepare ourselves. Some, like Daniel does sound to align himself with the Arcturians. Cryon does it quite immediate. He has a different type of channeling. Some are trans channelers, like Bashar, Daryl Anka. They all prepare to receive spirit in different ways. Some of us just have a different interfacing, and I can speak with spirit and I can just call them in because that's how I'm practiced and that's how I'm trained. So every channel is different. And again, it's up to you to keep practicing your gifts and skills and your talents, right? Did I say that right, spirit? It just seems so cool at the time. So their center point of them being in that soul group, their soul group instead of the higher self, because they're a collective. Ninth dimensional, they're a collective, right? So their higher selves are all just one big soul family. It's very profound. Super profound. I thought it was really cool. So anyways, I'll share that in the next video. So we love you, delighted ones. Anybody that would like a donation, we would totally love that. Anybody that would like to book an appointment for an Ascension session or Ascension healing, it's $233 US. If you're a client of mine, you get $50 off. That's a gift to my loyal clients. We love you, love you, love you so much. Remember, everything from here on out is alignment with your higher self. Surrender every day to your higher self. What is my part in this transaction? And again, focus on your 3 E's. Does this feel higher light vibration? Is this going to serve me? Is this going to serve my expression, my experience, and my exploration of source? And if it's not serving the 3 E's, then you need to think twice about what direction you're going in. Give yourself compassion and forgiveness for everything, because you're not meant to be perfect on this path. It's not what this is about. Ascension will have you move back and forth in all densities because you want to be a full sandwich. You want to taste everything in the sandwich. Your ascension path is never going to be straight up. So don't listen to anybody that says that, because it's not true and they don't know what they're talking about. And that's okay too. Again, discernment, lower, medium, and high. And just allow yourself every day with your mantras, with your alignments, with your healing work that you're doing, your daily ascension pathwork. If you want Ascension for me to sort out your daily ascension pathwork, just send a payment and we'll book you a session. And follow your joy and follow your excitement from here on out, because we're going to be oscillating faster. It's going to be very easy for you to get in alignment very quickly. What's my joy for today? What's my joy for today? And remind your children to stay in their joy. What are they most joyful about? And that automatically clears a lot of density. You don't necessarily have to do a lot of healing work if you're just following your joy, because your joy is that equal, it's that coded thing that you're meant to work with. Right? We love you, delighted ones. We love you so very much. Rainbow hugs and kisses to everybody. We love you. Remember, speak out about secret society abuse. Use your voice. Your voice is your clearing mechanism, your clearing tool. It is what brings truth to your spirit. So speak on behalf of your spirit in positive, loving action, no protests. Protest nothing. Don't get involved with people that protest. Stand up in loving, positive action, meaning that you have an answer for it. Protest means you're fighting against it. You're on that equal negative. So protesting and negative are the same thing. You cannot resolve anything in that energy. You have to be the positive, loving action of it. So speak up for who you are. You're meant to be as vibrant and colorful as you are. Reclaim your power, reclaim your truth, and we love you so very much. Share our videos, dear lighted ones. We love you so very much. Namaste, and namaste, namaste. The councils of light send love and light. Bye, dear lighted ones. Thank you for your donations.